But eventually, during that whole saga, at one point, you had promised Taito that you would keep his family safe for those other minutes that joined you for a brief period of time. Though they flew off on their own for their own cause, it was you who said you would keep them safe, and Taito said he would come to check in on them soon. Seeing him here, he seemed distressed, kind of tense, and beckoned you over, which is a curious thing because, yes, like we established before, he was kind of on the I will kill you train. And now he's calling you over and instead teleports you all towards a new place, somewhere out in the deep thick of the woods. Dare, could you describe how the session ended for us last time?
So the session ended when Taito teleported us to the the witch's hut that we missed out on the way to one of the towns. And we met up with Lohem and a kobold that we had saved from the Chain Devils.
Yes.
And then the witch had pulled out Perso the Shroud's head from the cauldron.
Important bit, they were not a kobold, they were a lizard folk.
Oh, lizard folk. I thought they were kobolds. Okay.
Yeah, they were just lizard folk. Bunch of lizard beaten men. But otherwise, yes, you saw them all gathered around a cauldron from this Witch of the Woods. And as they started trying to brief you on what was happening, the Witch of the Woods did something very drastic as she showed you all the head of Percival de Stroud.
We got head.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you sure you did, buddy.
Oh my god.
But here, just a second. Let me go ahead into here. As we get back into it, with her holding up the head of Percival de Stroud. The head, rotten, decaying in its fleshy state, kind of dripping this emerald ichor from its the wet ends of its fur. It regards you all in this dead pose. Its jaw realigns, and you hear from its mouth speak, One day is all that remains. She looks at you all and says, do you know this man?
I'm gonna turn to Dare just because she's the only person I can talk to without talking, and just be like, so do we trust these people or?
Well, we trust the rest of them.
Yeah, we trust Lohem, and the lizard folk hasn't done us wrong. And
Krazik.
They're Krazik. I don't think we ever got their name.
They said at the very end of the last session, so it's like a very new thing.
Okay. Yeah. We trust them, so I don't see why she would lie to us.
Can I try and identify the head? Like, to just see if it looks like a dead head that's talking, or if there's, because I assume the Witch's Wood is also near where like all the automatons were and everything. So like if there's maybe any like gears, or if there's obviously I assume there's magic here.
So
but, like,
perception. You're trying to like look for like obvious signs that it is mechanical in nature.
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a perception.
Is the crow with us, by the way, or no?
Is the what?
Crow has not been with us
The
for
crow?
a while.
No,
Where's
Crow
the
stayed
crow
back
been?
on the ship when you guys left.
Okay.
They were just sitting there, and no one talked to them.
Okay, that's fair.
Oops.
The emerald ichor dripping from the wet ends of the fur makes this kind of matted clump that you can't really see past or distinguish any mechanical parts themselves. You're unsure.
Okay.
You said the fleshy bits was like falling? What did you say about the fleshy bits?
I said the emerald ichor dropping from like the matted fur, like the ends of the
Okay.
fur,
Okay,
are creating this
okay.
like big clump.
Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna go like how did you like how did you get that?
I'll take that as a yes, that you know this man. I obtained this head from the visages of some of his forced, let's say, denizens, recreated out of my brew here to keep an eye on him. This is the very mind of Percival de Stroud. This, whatever he thinks, whatever he focuses on, the head reiterates here. The jaws align again as they say, soon, everything is in place. Just wait
Oh,
for
so
the
it's
next
not.
day.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not. So that's not actually his head. This is just his mind that you conjured?
Yes, this is a facsimile brewed from my magics. It's not real, but like a woven fabric, it is an image, a representation of such.
I should learn how to do that.
It is from the woven tapestries up above. And she points towards the sky where the starlight falls in.
I'd be like, I want to pick your brain later, but in the meantime, we do know who he is. How do you know him?
I know him from his invasion of my forests.
Ah,
I know him as the would-be conqueror of my lands and the peoples that I protect within. I am the Witch of the Woods. I protect, and she looks towards Lohem, she looks towards Krazik. Those society would otherwise shun. In my halls, in my forest, they are to be free, not under this control like many of them have become. That is why when I was brought word of this, I began my own plans, my own actions. And I was able to meet this lovely Taito here. But more importantly, she's going to gesture towards the other end of the witch's hut, coming from the shadows, holding a large satchel, is a troll.
Oh, that's my boy right there.
In his arms, he desperately grips a
you're
large
incorrect. It's
brown.
crazy.
He
His brothers
desperately
were,
holds-
actually. Oh no, I was
Killed
just,
him, so that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. In his hands, though, he desperately holds a large brown bag. He looks towards you all, and Butler, you feel a deep connection through Dare. Through your eyes, you see this visible, tangible connection of Aether swirling about between you two. This is your moment to try and either connect them in some way, have them speak in some kind of path, or whichever you would like to choose. You can tell that he seems scared.
I'm just gonna look at him and try to connect the Aether between us.
You would need to speak it into existence through Dare in some kind of way.
I look at him and then I look back down at the bag, and under my breath I just say, the bagman.
As you say that, Um, you. As you say that, almost instinctively, rustling from the very folds of the bag, a large hand
What the
reaches
fuck?
out, as long and as tall as the very troll who holds it. A shoulder, bony and spindly, pops itself into place as it tries to break itself free. You're incorrect. Desperately grips the hand back in and shoves it back in the bag. His worried expression looks at you, the furrowed brow, unsure, as he goes, "You already know?"
Yes. I think. And I just look back
Memories
at him.
and thoughts of a previous life, of a previous adventure, come around in your head. You remember those of the slaying of Srash. You remember the Dark Unicorn. You remember all of the others who had been left behind, but more importantly, the adventurers who had given their very lives to protect this artifact in the hopes that it could be held against a great evil, to unleash evil upon evil itself. You're incorrect. Towering above the others, even towards Dare, almost to the same stature of Duoth, grips the bag and saddles over closer towards the Witch of the Woods. The witch speaks up, saying, "In his hands, he holds a weapon that could undo many of their plots. But in the hands of someone shunned by society, he cannot break free in towards there. He cannot do as he is intended. It is but for a brief spell that he has even maintained his own sanity amongst the others. With something like this happening, I ask you, you three, you've been recommended many a time." And she looks over at Krazik, Lohem, and Taito. These three vouch for you. What would be your response to utilizing the Bagman?
I'm gonna be like, what is the Bagman? Because that kind of looks gross to me. I'm gonna be so honest with you.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. The emerald, kind of like liquid stewing around in the pot swirls and spins. Its light cascading upwards through the folds of the Witch of the Woods face, casting it in this kind of like dour glow. She looks at you with a serious expression as she says, "The Bagman is a creature in between the planes of existence, hidden beyond the mountain ridge of dimensions. Whenever someone stores something in a bag of holding, it is held in that space, his domain. From where he became, we are unsure. There are myths, legends that an adventurer that had stowed themselves away in a bag of holding eventually went insane, wandering that interdimensional depth for no way to get out, always hoping one would open the bag for just a little too long to find their way back in. His long arms, his approach is that of horror, as the Bagman wants nothing more than to bring others in towards his icy domain, to join his companionship in insanity, or, failing that, escape and wreak havoc, a vengeance long forgotten to be exacted upon any that he gets his hands on. That, without getting too much into it, is what the Bagman is."
I'm gonna look to the boys. Do we trust that? She literally just said it's gonna try to kill us.
I mean, it's stuck in the bag, no?
But it's gonna try to get out. That's the whole premise, no? I'm happy it has something to kill or end the Hydras, right? But that's scary, needless to say.
Dare, you notice that you're incorrect, has been holding the bag tightly, trying to keep the lid on it. He looks at you with his eyes almost kind of pleading before he speaks up to you and Zinnia, saying, I have traveled many, many miles to bring this, to try and help, to try and go against every bone in my body telling me not to. I cannot finish this task, but I would hope that those who know what to do with this can use it to free those who no longer have a mind of their own. Percival is the one that made my friends become like they are. Percival is the one that at one point made me almost take the lives of others. I was told if anything could stop him, it would be this.
When he says, when he talks about his friends, I look at him and I say, one of your friends is safe. The Drider is with us now.
The Drider, the one who betrayed us? Even free of her mind, she decided to stay with Percival. How is she? She is with you?
Yes.
You can see he's gotten scared at that as he says, to whom do you claim allegiance?
We aim to get rid of the false Hydras. We will kill him, and I point to Perso the Shroud and anyone who may stand with him.
Then you have made the Drider change sides? That is good to know. But this bag, undetectable in what it brings. If there was any way to try and launch an assault on him within those walls, this is the way. You can tell Zinnia, Truth, that he has come a long way, and in his mind, it has been made up for a while now that this is the only weapon that, with its unseen nature, can take out Percival de Stroud, to get close and suck him in, to undo his works, take out the head of the Hydra itself, in a manner of speaking. You do not have to take this weapon, but it is being offered to you. The Witch of the Woods also seems to think this is the one way to take him out.
So, you're saying this is the one way to take out Percival, not necessarily the Hydras, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, imagine this more as like you were being gifted a hidden assassin in a bag. While it cannot fight giant monsters, it definitely could be planted somewhere, dropped off with something, utilized in other ways for a single target.
Okay. Well, I welcome any that help us in our task of ending this war before it starts, hopefully. Do we know where, since you have his thoughts, do you know where he's gonna be tomorrow?
He has only focused on the war room. He has a planned appearance at the meeting of the Veils.
Okay.
Past that, he has not focused on the other parts of his day.
Okay. We will be at the meeting. So, do you think that would be our chance to take him out?
Yes.
Do you
Or
think
even beforehand, if you can plant the bag at his seat.
do we
And when he
know
sits down to hopefully open it up.
do we know which seat he's going to be at the council?
I know not. He has not focused on any designation of seating. That would be up to you to find out.
Okay. And then would killing him take out the hydras, or would it just be a means to an end?
It would be a means to an end, more so. It is
Okay.
taking out the one responsible, and without him in charge, the rest of the forces would be in disarray. Let me put this in more blunt terms. While the hydras are a grave threat, there are many creatures hidden amongst this forest that have lost their minds and free will. There are those who are sung a different song, not a song of lost memory, but a song of control. And for that, they gather on the outskirts, readying themselves for war. Even if you take out the hydras, a battle is about to ensue.
Okay. Is there a way to undo the song of control?
The only way to take out a song of control is to kill the one singing, to end the song. From what I've heard, from what I estimate, it should be personal.
Okay.
Butler, roll me a history check.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
9.
God damn.
This thought of the Song of Control resonates within Dare as Butler, your souls connect again with incorrect. And you remember a time where your incorrect had the Song of Control put over them, forcing them to almost kill others and take their lives before wrestling free of that control. You know it by its emerald green glow in the eyes.
I don't know, actually. Do you have any comments? Anybody?
I think we take it.
I mean, I'm down to take it. How do we make sure that the bagman only opens to the correct target? And
That there is no control.
okay. So we could be unleashing whatever is in this bag potentially to kill one person.
Yes. The bagman is a hunter, a predator. They hunt solo, lone targets. As long as that one target is personal, none others should be harmed before it returns back to its plane. If it is unleashed on another, though, it will continue to hunt them and appear through every crevice and crack of storage until it has found its mark and brought them back into that dark hole, away from all existence. To that end, keep the bag shut.
All right. Fair enough. I do think we take the bag man. Because I do think that'll be useful. Because I know Russell wants to kill him too. So, but then,
Ooh, actually, wait, this is a very important bit. Because this is a monster, and there is one character who has specifically stated they have a library of monsters of hunting and such. Wax, could you roll me a history check?
I would
I believe in you.
love to, even though I smoked
rolls, high
Fizzaw,
rolls,
so
high
my history
rolls.
check is not what it used to be. But
You roll at advantage, right?
Girl,
I
Do
believe
I?
you do. Yeah. Roll one more.
please. Oh my god.
dude,
Wow.
my history check used to be goated, and then now my wisdom
Used
is
to be.
super high.
You
Problem
unfortunately
is that
smoked
it
the
used
Zaza.
to be. Oh my goodness.
Okay, well, never mind about the bit that I had planned.
Oh,
If there's anything I can do,
man.
No. We'll do it this way. You don't remember any of the details of the Bagman, but all this talk of the Bagman has conjured one image that you saw deep in one of your tomes.
oh, we
Girl.
Take it easy.
Jesus
figure-
Christ.
Long, dark, and twisted. Its hair modeled into a mop. Only the visage of insanity would be seen from within its white, pearly eyes. This
Purdy.
creature, though you do not remember the rest of what it can do, its abilities or its function, that is the rendition of those who have seen the Bagman. Those who got to at least scribble down something before they were taken.
need to get that dude some pants.
Oh my god. I think he needs more than pants, but okay.
Where your clothes at? But we.
No, don't say smash. No,
Who
don't
said
say
smash?
smash.
Was it Lynn's?
Yes, it was
Hey,
fucking
oh.
Lynn's. Fucking monster
I
fucker.
knew it.
Bagman? Just smash the Bagman? Don't just hunch over in your desk in shame. Bagman? That's
In
crazy.
shame.
Shame. God damn it.
But yeah, I think we just take the bag. I mean, and we just.
Before we take it, though.
I mean, he just
Wait,
has to
pause.
open it, right? It's just the first person that he sees.
I was gonna say, you're incorrect. How have you been keeping it closed? Because he looked like he was struggling with it. You look like you were struggling.
I've held it closed with my own hands the last 2 weeks that I've traveled here.
Oh my god.
I slept with it crossed in my arms. I've traveled it with it held between my grip to make sure that I never let it falter.
Oh god.
Then when you got here, you set it down and let the arm come out. Kind of scary, you know.
It's happened a couple times. As long as you can force it back in, it hasn't seen anything yet.
Would we be able to let it see the mind that you pulled out of the
Conjured.
yeah, that you conjured? And I'm gonna
The witch
point at
speaks and says, "The mind is not alive.
fuck.
It is, like I said, woven fabric of an image, a representation."
Okay.
What if we get like a real detailed drawing, throw it in there, shake the bag?
Like
said
I
it had to
said,
be alive.
representations, images, they are not the actual being.
Okay.
To the Bagman, they are but specks of dust in the wind. It only cares for the actual living.
What if we have the being's possessions?
Again,
It has to be
representations.
him. Okay. Can I what if instead of leaving it somewhere in case it opens before, could we technically hold it until we see him and aim the bag at him and open?
Yes,
Okay.
Easy.
I'm
as
gonna
long as it sees him first, it would climb out of the bag and see him.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Dare. Dare, you're probably the most physically strong of us who would be able to keep this closed and force it closed if necessary. Do you think? What do you think?
God, I'm so nervous.
I know. But I think
I will tell you its mechanics once you've decided on your answer.
Okay.
I think this is gonna be our fail safe, if anything.
I feel like this is plan 1.
Do you think it's plan
Yeah.
one? I do think. I mean, yeah.
Because what if our plan 1 works and then now we just have this bag? Now it's just
Yeah.
I
Now
mean,
we just have
either
this
way,
grenade.
I do fear we're
aim it
just
at a
gonna.
middle.
I mean, I don't think we're just not gonna have the bag after though. What, like we set it on Percival and then it poofs out after it kills him? Like, I don't.
I mean, do you think it's just gonna crawl back into the bag?
Girl, I don't know, man.
From what the Witch of the Woods has said, pretty much.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
so I
We're
think-
for sure taking this bag.
Yeah. Okay. I think we take it. Does he have a pig strapped to his waist? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Is that
Next
anyways?
question.
I do think we take it. Okay. I think if it's gonna be our plan 1, then we're just. I still think the best course of action is to putting it under like Percival's chair because we can figure out where he's gonna sit. I think that will be useful so we can position ourselves close to him. But I think the safest and most direct would be see him sick bag on him.
I would say I'm very confident I could get close and open the bag in front of him. I would
Okay.
say that's not that big of a problem. I'd say the biggest thing is if there's up to the task to keep it shut until then.
Yeah.
If you guys trust me enough, then sure.
Trust you more than me.
I mean, there's no way I'm keeping that shit closed. There's no fucking way. Wait, how big is
Who's
this
messaging
bag?
me? Hold your.
The
It's the
bag,
size of a bag of holding.
I don't know
Yeah.
how big a bag of holding is. I'm gonna be so honest with you.
You're all good because we haven't really had one in
Yeah.
here.
I
The
want
bag
one.
weighs 15 pounds, regardless of its contents.
Holy shit.
And the bag of holding is about the size of like a large purse.
That's a heavy ass purse. You got
It's a
textbooks
heavy
in
ass
there?
purse.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. Are there
Don't
smaller
message
ones?
me.
You
Hold
want-
your hands. You can do it.
This is
Hold your
in the
hands.
Daggers chat. I'm posting. This is what a bag of holding normally looks like.
It's got a. What face is
The
that?
stylish satchel.
Whose face is that?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
It's the
There's
bagman's
also-
face.
It's the bagman's face. That's true. That's fair.
There's also things like bag of devouring, which has like
Oh.
different faces and such on it.
Oh my god.
And then there's just the bagman bag as well. It kind of like runs through bags of holding.
Okay. Fair enough. All right.
All right, so we're
I think we
taking
take
I
it.
guess.
Yeah, I think we.
Yeah.
I think we take this. All right. Go ahead, Dare.
Whether
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask what the mechanics were, but do the whole RP thing first.
Sure. You're in, or she looks at you and says, "All right, be careful with this. Hold it well, and know that this was brought at great cost to you." You're incorrect. Holds the bag out towards Dare as he looks into his eyes. Dare and you're incorrect. You see through both of them, both of their visions and what they see at each other at the same time, Butler. From your incorrect side, he sees a man direct and fast in his direction. A man trying to hold himself together and prepare for this new duty being given to him. From Dare's end, he sees a creature, a being worn out, tired, and disheveled from this duty of what it has taken from him. Almost like letting go of a large weight, he hopes that is being given to the right person. The bags swap hands. In your arms now, Dare, you hold a 15-pound satchel that stays rigidly closed. What does your incorrect feel like with this weight being given off of him? Of this task that you have given him nigh on months ago, half a year ago even.
Half a year ago.
Jesus.
He looks like the weight of the world was just lifted off his shoulders. His muscles that have been tense through these like weeks of travel have now like physically relaxed. And he looks like he's almost about to pass out from like all this, like all the built up stress and days of like restless nights.
I still think it's crazy that you gave the burden from yourself to yourself.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Sisyphus's rock never ends.
Oh my
It never
goodness.
ends.
And as Darius sees like your incorrect sort of like starting to slump down, he says like, you've done well to bring this to us. It is now time for you to rest and for me to carry this burden.
With a large sigh, you see you're incorrect almost have this burden physically leave their body. As Dare, you have now taken the bagman's bag. Function-wise, this is how it works. While the bag is closed, the bagman can never come out. If there is ever a crevice, a peak, a little sliver of opening in the bag, however, that is all the bagman needs to start getting out. To that end, if you keep the bag in a place where it is not disturbed, where it is forever closed without even a crack showing in it, like perfectly closed, you're fine. Should it ever be disturbed in a way that it could be opened without you holding it closed with your own strength, that's a moment that the bagman could break free. To that end, while you are holding the bag, it must take up one of your arm slots. So no two-handed weapons.
Okay.
While holding said bag, should there ever be a time where you're doing a great athletic strength or a feat, where you're more than just actively walking, or in some cases running, you will have to make a DC 15 strength check. For every time that you succeed said strength check, the DC will go up by 1. For every time you have accidentally let a crack occur for the bagman to try and break free. Should you ever leave it down, it must be put in a place where it cannot be disturbed. I will assume that as you put it down, you make sure that like it's fully closed and everything. I'm not gonna make you go through that. But if it's in a place where it could be disturbed, there will be a dexterity check whenever a crack has happened, whenever that place has been disturbed. On my end, if it passes or if it fails a DC 16 dexterity check, then it has opened up and will begin to open on its own. For anyone who is nearby, they have like 5 in-game seconds to basically jump on it and close it down. That will be a reaction thing. When we get there, we get there.
Okay.
But those are the main core mechanics of holding the bagman's bag.
Okay.
Goodness.
Any questions?
So just to reiterate, I need to make a strength check if I'm doing like anything that requires athletics, strength, or something of the likes.
Yes.
Whenever you
are
hold it,
moving yourself more than just walking.
Okay. Whenever I can't hold a two-handed weapon, so it needs to occupy a hand. The dexterity 16 is needed in order to close it, and if it opens, we have 5 seconds to shut it. Is that everything?
That's everything.
Okay, cool.
Easy.
Easy.
Yep. Easy. Simple. So easy. You're just holding a nuke in your hand.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly
but
what I
only
was
one
thinking.
person.
Yep. Or it's like you know how when you're holding a grenade, like as long as you hold the grenade, it can't explode, but the second you let go, the timer starts going. It's also like that.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
5 seconds.
Yeah,
5 seconds.
5 real world seconds.
Okay. So strength check, DC 15, and then DC 16 to close. Okay.
And then I get
Left.
it increases every time I succeed in the strength check, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna be walking everywhere, guys.
Yeah.
We need to find Percival
Guys,
the
we
Shroud.
gotta
before-
hurry. Butler, meanwhile, going, no.
We gotta find Percival the Shroud before the WWE match, guys.
Oh.
Just set it down.
We'd
Unless
have
I give it to
leave
Rage.
We'd have to leave it at a place
I'll
with
just put
it down.
absolutely no place to disturb
Yeah.
it.
Or I could just give it to you while you're sitting in the crowd. And all you gotta do is
Yeah.
not move.
Yeah.
Just not
That's
move.
gonna.
Well,
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
A fun little foreshadow to what happens later in the session.
Oh yay.
As Lohem, or as sorry, you're incorrect, gives back the bag, this weight lifted off his shoulders, he slumps down, sitting on the ground, trying to just like relax for the first time in the last 2 weeks. His mind, finally his own, his body, yet again, once his own. The Witch of the Woods, meanwhile, looks at you all and says, "Now for the battle oncoming, the one that the bagman could not stop, that we hope could put in disarray. Though I wish I could take away the control, I must prepare for the worst and to protect those who still have their minds and their lives from those creatures gathering at the northern edge. To this end, Prazik and Lohem, I leave to you to talk with the others about your plans for the oncoming war." They both look at you and they say, "We must discuss what we should do. We did as you said, Truth. We took out as much as we could, but now we are in a place where we need new orders. We have new men that we have gathered and freed that we must attend to. They need direction. And to you, the Night Wings, we owe our allegiance." Lohem also looks at you and says, "I've done all that I could. I have only found but a rare few to join my number, but I have been slaying many a devil." And to that end, welcome everybody as we come back towards the maps.
Before we leave, can I take one more look at Lohem? Or not Lohem, you're incorrect. And can I try to make a connection using Arcana or History?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
DC
trying to-
is, because you've actively communicated with them and talked, been lowered, so the DC is 12.
Okay. Fuck, they're both horrible. I got it. Oh. Never mind.
-2.
-2.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Howdy.
Not the strong suit.
I was gonna warn them about Pins and Lawrence, but never mind.
Yeah. Unfortunate there. He seems to kind of be tuckered out from all of this, and his state of relaxation, the etheric connection's kind of been severed, though
Yeah.
you still can tell kind of what's on his mind. However, looking here at the map, important bit here. I'm looking at Rage's stream again, and she cannot see the token that I have prepared for you guys. I love that.
It never
It
works
It
on
happens
this
every
map.
time.
Yeah, it doesn't work
I
on this
can't
map.
see
for
it
some
either.
reason. Oh,
Oh no, never mind. I see it.
This guy, because that's
Yeah,
the one that I have.
the
prepped for
Nightwing.
you.
Nope.
Yeah. Let me do a thing here.
Rage, do you have the just click and drag your thing?
you're
oh, got it.
yeah, you're currently looking at Zinnia.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I did to
but
fix
you,
it.
Okay, but you don't see anywhere where it went. Okay, I'm gonna quickly trace the path of things that you should see.
Okay.
Ooh. Pretty.
Because this is like a whole map, and the whole bit was you have been places, so you get to see things. And then we'll...
Beskar. Oh. Big crystal again.
Go.
Crystals.
Are the big crystals just where the higher veils are? Or the upper veils?
No.
No, it's at the cities, remember?
Oh.
The big crystals are like a way to actually like go between things.
Okay.
They can be manners of transport.
Oh.
Gotcha.
You could go between Armagh and Chardon. While Bleskar does not have its own. That being said, you can see everywhere you have been now. Or actually, here, as a quick thing, you should also see this square. There we go. Cool. Now we can actually bring it back. Okay. This is everywhere you've been, everywhere you've unlocked, everywhere you've seen. But also, you have bits described here by Krazik and his lizard folk. Of places that they have confirmed false Hydra seeings, and places that they've heard rumors of false Hydras. Anywhere with a circle on it has been a confirmed, we know that there is a false Hydra there. Anywhere that there is a square or rectangle is a place that has been rumored to have a false Hydra. You also know that to Armagh's north, somewhere within here, is a gathering of creatures that are on the side of Zurunta, or on the side at least of Percival de Stroud. They are closer towards the border of the Asherian theocracy than they are from Zurunta. So it seems that they've come through the mountains and traveled over here to stage themselves. To that end, Lohem would say, our friend here, coming from Srash, had stated that their intent was to plant a false Hydra seed amongst there. We are unsure of how well it has succeeded. But otherwise, many coming down this path have crossed over through Thrash. We should assume that Thrash is no more. Potentially Velg as well.
Is that square in the mountains meant to be purple too?
It should be, yes.
Okay.
Hopefully the retired adventurers are still alive. I'm keeping hope.
Keep that hope. But to that end, Krazik will tell you that he has 500 men
Damn.
that he can order towards wherever you would like. 500 of his lizard folk he has freed. Lohem will say he has but a mere 5, though they are specialty warriors. Treat them as like one strike unit. Taito will say on his end, many of the minutes of midnight have unfortunately not seen the reasoning that you have put forward. I trust the ones that went to your side. I have seen the truth of what they've done, though they have gone missing themselves. On the minutes of midnight, you only have me to count to your number.
Okay.
With that being said, where would you like to position your forces for the coming days?
I think we need to have some kind of buffer for all the creatures from above Armagh.
Do we know the number of them yet, or no?
Probably.
Just countless.
No, probably not. I don't want to send them to their deaths, though, if there's numbers are too large.
Yeah.
I think if anything we could do like the square here in the forests or in the mountains, like these two squares. So they're just out of Armagh still, but then they can hide within the forests and the mountains to not only scope out the enemy but also have coverage. I think that should be the lizard folk for sure.
Should we split them? So 250
Yeah, like-
here, 250 here.
I don't know if we want to split them that far. Like a pinch situation.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Because they're gonna be attacking
Yeah.
directly here, I'm assuming.
Yeah. But I think ultimately 500 is not that many.
It's not a lot.
It's not a lot.
Yeah.
I think it'd be better to have kind of like a from the side surprise attack.
Mm-hmm.
Since they have a smaller number, and then be boosted by Lohem's 5 that are strike units.
So
I
you're saying
think-
we invest all into this tile right here?
Maybe.
Like a little.
I think
ray.
either that or we have the lizard men as well. No. Do we think Lohem's 5 can... We could probably think that Lohem's 5 can hold their ground a bit more than the lizard folk, huh?
What are their, like... Since they're like a specialty units, what are their powers compared to, like, lizard folk, basically? Like, how
Treat
many
the lizard
one...
folk as level 1 adventurers. Treat Lohem Strike Squad as level 6 adventurers.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think... God. Because we're going to have to think in the terms of, like, the enemy is going to have one goal, and it's to invade Armagh, right? They're not going to be looking for enemies on the outside, which I think is going to be our... Art of War. I think that's gonna be our chance. I don't think we have enough for a surround tactic. I think we have enough for like an aimed attack. Try to throw them off, but if they have we do have Bagman. That's crazy. That looks insane, but I think
It's a crazy image.
it is. I think if we have... The problem is I don't think we could throw them into disarray because I think they're going to have the Song of Control and they're not going to... They're going to have one thing in their mind. Stop saying smash! Oh my god, stop. Jesus Christ. What?
you just gotta mute that.
Excuse
You gotta
you?
mute that one, Rage. They will thirst over anything.
Excuse me, hold
No,
on.
Lynn,
What the
she's
fuck?
read
Someone's about to go get beat.
I'm out of 2 plushies. I hope you know I'm out of 2
Yeah.
plushies now. Stop! Oh my god. Y'all are crazy. But I think if that is their singular goal and they're not gonna... Stop! What is wrong with you guys? Oh my god. Fucking monster fuckers.
Let Rage be. She's trying to strategize.
Can't. I just keep looking at the chat. I think we go for a side attack. Maybe like let them push in a little before they hit from like a corner from behind. I think we sprinkle, if it's only level 1 and level 6, I think we sprinkle Lohem's forces throughout so they can help the lizard folk, but I think we do kind of just invest into one square because I don't think we have enough to split.
Will say, maybe this helps out a little bit. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm just looking at my notes for this. 100 people can fill 1 hex.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Then we split, I think maybe, I still think we come from one
so I
side.
think-
I think here and here maybe.
I don't like this.
This
place
might be
'cause
too
it's
open,
too-
right?
Yeah.
What if it's like...
I think, but
like
still,
these?
that's 200.
3...
So I think we would need to at least invest 200 on this side. So we have 300 on this side,
Okay.
and then 200 on this side.
Okay.
Right here's Zurg. in the forest.
Yeah, in the forest.
here?
Let's keep them in the forest. So let's do 1, 2, and then maybe one of them. Maybe one here actually.
We should do, yeah.
Let's do this
down here.
one, this one, and this one.
Okay, so wait a second. So one right there
Yeah, and one where you had it.
and one over here.
Yeah, and one.
And then
One right below that one.
okay.
Yeah.
Move
Yeah.
right over here.
Yeah, and then I think we just have Loham's forces, one in each square. So it's gonna be 5
so you
squares
want to
and there's
split
5
up
of
the
them.
strike squad.
Ooh.
Do you think, or do we keep them together and
think
have
we
them
keep
as
them
the first
together.
charge?
We keep them together with this group here.
Okay. As the first charge, like they charge
Yeah.
in first, and then the lizard folk
and then
follow.
these. Yeah,
Could
then
we
these
have
ones
them
would
be like
insert.
the first charge? Because I feel like you send out. I wouldn't say this out loud, but I feel like you
The
send out
foot
the fodder
soldiers?
first.
I
Yeah.
feel like if they can hold their own, like Lohem says, I would hope that they can disturb more and lead the charge. Because you don't want to, like, it's better to hit them hard fast than fodder first, they all fall, and then the big guys go.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
but
why
I
we
feel like-
mix them in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like,
like,
I feel like
we.
you send out like 100 of the fodder, and then like behind that is like another 100 of fodder with the big guys, you know?
Yeah. Because we also don't want our, like, because think about it like in a war sense. If we send them out first, then they're likely to get like tired
And
from like
focused.
and focus.
Yeah, but ultimately, if you can, because at this point, if you're throwing in 100 fodder, that's it. That's fodder. They are gone. There's no way. You're literally throwing them to wolves. Like that's there's no chance. Whereas
Yeah,
if
but we
you
have to
throw
have
them
more-
in, no, because if you think about it, if you throw them in with the big guys first, you could disperse, and then the smaller guys have a chance of picking off as many as they can in the meantime. If you throw in the 100 first and just let them go, like I don't think they're gonna stand a solid chance, especially if
To
you
that
view them.
end,
It's not like we're
Butler,
trying to like.
I think it's
Sorry.
important to note that all of these monster creatures that you'd be fighting, they're monsters about the same strength of your incorrect was.
Okay.
Imagine all the creatures that they are fighting is all of those people that were in the slaying of Srash multiplied out.
Okay.
It's not just small little goblins or something. It's driders, trolls, like werewolves, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be throwing the 100 just to fodder. Like there's no way.
But I don't see this like even the tactical advantage of throwing out like our best first, because like that 100 is still 100 people. Like that's still a lot, and just to reduce them to fodder. I mean, then that means that the guys on the left that don't have, you're incorrect in all of them.
What-
Are we
that's
just
what I'm-
assuming that they're just gonna get run over?
No, but that's what I'm saying is if you have the 5 guys first, you can disturb it in the sense of like then the 500 come in and they can pick off. Because they'd be from the
Well,
back.
I mean,
To join,
Wait, what happened?
because you
Would-
do you also want to join. When they do whatever assault they're gonna do, you could put yourselves among their number. You could descend from Armagh if you really wanted to and join the people on the left.
We could go from the front. We could be in front of them. Technically,
Good.
we don't
you
have
could
to.
be right here and
Yeah.
just go right forward.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Because then if we have us from the front throwing barrages and then the 5 in the back charging in with the 500 behind them, I think that would be our best chance.
I would rather have us over here with at least like lizard folk, because the whole plan is that we tell Armagh, and Armagh should be what's in front. Armagh should protect its like Armagh, you know. But then we also
Sure.
have to realize that like they're probably not going to care about the bottom as much as like the upper veils, but like that's why we're here. But
Yeah,
I'd say
that's
in
what
a
I'm
perfect
saying. Like
world,
if
Armagh
anything, we
runs
could
up the
be.
middle. Because I really wouldn't want us to be like first line, not first line, but like main line of defense. Because if anything happens and we have to like, do something a little bit more important, and we leave, like, oh, there's a false hydra, we know where it is. I really wouldn't trust anybody else other than us to probably kill it. So for us to
We also
be,
do have some forces right next to a false hydra.
yeah, exactly. So I feel like for us
Should
to
we move
be
this force
the front line of defense,
back here then? So they can support them and be further away from the false hydra. Yeah.
In that sense, just so you are aware, you might see it on the map itself. There is a mountain range that they are basically backed into.
Yeah.
Over here.
Yeah.
There is
they'll
no
be-
retreat. There is only forward.
The plan is to have them kind of come around, like swing around and charge from behind them.
Okay.
Same with them, is to kind of like as they're attacking, swing around and come from behind.
So you want them to wait until they begin trying to attack Armagh before they make their presence known and swing around.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think the plan is to have, well, since we're going to tell Armagh, is that they're going to have some kind of defense, whether it be involved with us or not. And then we just provide extra forces to try to take out from behind. Because it's true, we shouldn't be the first line of defense of Armagh. However, I think it'd be beneficial for us to, in a sense, be protected in Armagh and also be a distracting and support from in front. I'm more thinking in the sense of like, I have area effect. I'm gonna just call magic down on it, right? So, in a sense, I think it'd be easier for me personally to see where they're coming from and attack pointedly.
It'd be better for you to be on the upper veil of Armagh to have
Yeah.
like that vantage point.
Yeah, but I understand for you two specifically that might not be the best. But is it?
but I do think that's a smart idea.
Yeah. So is it like, I don't think it's a good idea to split up the three of us. I'm going to be so fucking honest. That sounds horrible. But
Split the party! Yippee!
Think about it. If you are at the upper veil of Armagh shooting down magic, I mean, and Dara and I, let's say, are together. I mean, we're kind of like, you're kind of in the safest position as it is, and like you're kind of with us in spirit and also in like heavy firepower. So it's like, I don't think, as much as it is us splitting up, I don't think that you're too far from behind. And also,
ultimately, I don't think it'll be that big of a problem, but I do think that there is potential. And at this point, it is war. I think we try to minimize the potential threats as much as possible, right? So if anything, for me, I do think it's best for me to have the high vantage point to see what's happening. But also, I think because I know you two are more close combat, if you do want to go down, I would say go with the left side.
We also
You could also do the same
still
thing
have
you've
the
done
other
with
party.
the Hydras.
Oh, and just jump down from above.
You can. You can
Dive bomb. That is true.
I mean, that's the whole thing that I'm thinking of, is like, I very much am going to be, if there's a false hydra, trying
dive
to just
bombing.
get in, dive bombing, trying to
Yeah.
find it and finishing it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really see myself even if all three of us are together, really
Yeah.
sticking to that group dynamic.
That's fine. That's fair. I do think that in that case, then you should probably stay at Armagh so you can see and then dive bomb from an already high point, right? So that would be fine. Dare, you need close combat. What do you want to do?
Well, I mean, we still do have the other party to
We do.
consider. So
We
we'll
do.
be. I could dive bomb with them if anything,
Okay. Do
because
we?
I know Duok
Would
is
you want
also.
them to all dive bomb from Armagh then?
Are they capable of dive bombing
No.
without? Okay.
No.
So then I don't.
They
I don't
can
think
take
that's a good idea.
Featherfall, but like that means just like they're just
That's
gonna be
just dropping
falling,
in.
falling
Yeah.
I feel like-
softly. Yeah.
I feel
don't
like
think that's a good
Dare
idea
and
then.
Duoth,
But
and
they also
whoever
have their
wants to be
airship.
ground could
That's
be
true.
here.
Yeah.
That is true.
That is
If
true.
anything, I could go with them on their airships, so we
Mm-hmm.
could delay assault.
Okay, then in that case, I think you would them go to the left side, the one that we were pinging, this one, and kind of lead the charge on that side. But yeah, I do think that might be the best course of action. Because if we surround them, they have nowhere to back into. And then forward, it'll be also us and Armagh. So they'll be pinched. Okay.
Are we happy with our arrangement here? That we
I
see
think
on screen?
so. Yeah, I think so.
I think, yeah.
Dude, but I
Alright.
could see something like an epic scene, you know, like Dare and Duoth at the front of Armagh, you know.
Yeah,
leading the
jump-
army,
oh my
sword and
God.
shield.
That'd be kind of
Oh,
cool. Paladin
But,
and Berserker.
But I personally would not.
I don't want to put. Yeah, I would not
anybody,
put
yeah.
two
Yeah.
people in the front like
I mean,
that.
Y'all are level 12. Like, what's a couple hundred monsters?
Well, yeah. What's a couple hundred?
Hey,
monsters
Duoth's got a
done?
5 AC. Who
We don't talk
who'll
about.
even hit 'em?
We don't talk about
Like-
Duo.
I think the only person
We don't
who
talk
would be a
about
viable option-
Dua.
The only person who'd be a viable option at the front would be like Duoth, because you can
Yeah.
just Reinhardt shield everybody forward.
Yeah.
He's gonna Reinhardt shield everybody. Is it crazy?
What if it's just Duoth Reinhardt shield with Butler falling closely behind and they're just
It's like
charging in?
team.
That'd be so funny. Part
Both
the
of them are
C's.
sword and shield, you know.
Part the C's of the
Yeah.
enemies. Like, again.
The seas.
You could.
We shall
I-
become
Definitely have
Moses.
that be a moment that we try and figure out, like, okay, how good are you?
I think.
I think that's one of the bigger things to point out here is you three don't have to stay your own party. If it wasn't my little foreshadowing hint, if you look at this token here, it has an arrow through the Nightwing's heart. You guys are kind of like one big party at this point, and you can
It is
split
true.
up, remix yourselves as needed. If you
is
really
true.
want a Duoth Dare situation because you know they work better together, while Rage, maybe you're with one of the other spellcasters from the Pierced Hearts side. Like, you can split
That
up.
is true.
You can try and be like, hey guys, maybe we remix a little bit to go to our advantages.
We could do that.
Worst comes to worst, fucking airship bomb.
Oh God. Lose another airship.
You could.
Is Nami's the spellcaster on their side, right? She's range.
Nami is
Ranger?
a ranger.
Yeah.
They are
Is
not
Luna
a
this-
spellcaster. It
is
is
Luna?
Luna. The spellcaster.
Luna.
Okay.
Yeah,
Awa-
Alex's
Awa
girlfriend.
is a
Tris's
cleric
girlfriend.
She's girlfriend.
What?
Oh.
Artificer cleric. They're an artificer cleric.
Okay. Well, but cleric wouldn't. Is it close range cleric or far range spells?
Longer.
More medium range, I would say.
Oh, I think
Their
it'd be.
longest spell is 120 feet.
So they'd
I
probably be better
do-
with us.
Yeah, I do think it'd be better for her to be closer to ground so they can heal ally forces if possible.
Would you
Because-
want them? Would your pitch be to like heal off like the 300 men on the right or the 200 men on the left, or to heal the strike force?
Oh, I think the strike force would be the most beneficial, but I don't know how comfortable they would be to split like that, so I don't want to put that on them.
You
Yeah.
can always we can put it here as a pitch, and when it's their session, you can go over it to be like, hey, this is our
Okay.
thoughts. What do you think?
Okay. I do think it would be most beneficial for them to be healing the strike force because they're going to be the ones on the right side with no support from us in a sense. I do think if we can put I think the imagery of Duoth and Butler in front would be really funny. However, I don't know if it's the most effective. I think
Valid.
it'd be most beneficial to have Duath and Dare both on the left side.
Another really
the-
funny thing we could do is have the strike force Duath and I on this side with Luna healing all of us.
That is also an option because I was saying that in a sense you and Duath would be your own strike force. So it'd be one strike force on the left, one strike force on the right. But if you want the strike force to be with you two, I don't think that would be a horrible idea either.
Yeah. In
And
my
then just
mind,
have-
if this is it 6 in total or 5 in total for the strike force?
Well,
5 in total.
would
5 in total. Okay.
would Lohem be going with them?
If you want him to, yes. He's currently including himself amongst the strike force number.
Oh, so
Okay,
he's
'cause you
part of the
said-
5. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Okay,
sure if
'cause
he was
the
part of the
way-
5.
Yeah, because the way you phrased it was like I found 5 others.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. He has basically been able to make an adventuring party of 5 people total,
Okay.
including
Okay.
himself.
Okay, then that's
Okay.
fine. I think if you want, I wouldn't be opposed to one big strike force, and then that way, Nami and Luna can be
And-
with all of you, so they're also
Yeah.
safe.
And then we have this strike force of 300 strong attack.
Yeah.
Same time as we do.
Yeah,
So you would want Lohem's people over here.
I think
Yeah,
so.
and
With
really-
Dare, Duath, Luna, and Nami as well, or Awa,
So
and
you would like that
And-
strike force to be 8 people, along with the 100 general
Yes.
armed forces.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll have it noted down that the current pitch is there's only one strike force concentrated in one square. No splitting, and then otherwise there's 200 lizard folk on this side, 300 on this side.
And I do still think that you two and the 5 should charge in first, as like, you know, the first hit. I still think that would be the most beneficial instead of throwing in fodder, because it truly would just be fodder.
It's just a mulch going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Truth,
Would
how do you
you-
feel for this?
But if we assume that they're just gonna get crushed, then shouldn't we have them all together? Like I feel
No,
like
because the
I
hope
feel like
is
we have them
that
over here, like
No.
they can hold themselves.
We
no.
We
So
can't-
the hope is that the strike force disperses the main enemy forces, so that the smaller guys have a chance of picking off and like grouping together and picking off each enemy. Because that's how foot soldiers would work. Is you're not hoping for them to take an enemy face on by themselves. The hope is that the foot soldiers group together and surround an enemy and kill them. So that with the strike force, you're dispersing the enemy so they're not in big groups, so that the foot soldiers have a chance of grouping together and killing them.
I see what you're saying. I just in my head, I think I'm making the strike force a lot squishier in my head.
Yeah.
That's
I-
fair. I,
I-
do think
think
that
that
ultimately the
our
5 are a lot more squishier. Yeah. No, I understand, because the 5 are a lot more squishier, but with support from Duath, who is literally a tank, and then Dare, who can hit like 3 or 4
Awa
times.
healing.
And Awa healing, I think we have a chance of the strike force doing a lot more than you think. And also, don't forget that we'll be from above throwing whatever the fuck we're going to be throwing at them as well.
That's true.
Raid's just on top, just going, I don't know, here's lightning. Anyways, here's hail. Anyways, I don't know, I'm going to rain down fireballs.
Yeah. Maybe throw a Chompy in there, skydiving down. I don't know. Just saying,
You have
options.
Chompy, you have Crow, and you even have
Yeah.
the Drider back on the airship. You can
yeah.
put them anywhere you want.
Yeah.
Chompy can
so
fly, right?
no.
Yeah.
Chompy
No.
can.
Chompy's a boulette. Chompy's an armored boulette.
Chompy can fall.
He could have swore I was
oh.
riding Chompy at a certain point.
No, Chompy can't fly.
Yes.
Chompy itself cannot
Chompy can't fly.
Chompy can fall.
But you were saying, can
Oh,
Chompy
I was-
be ridden? And yes,
Yes.
Chompy can be ridden.
Yes.
Chompy can fight.
I was
Yeah.
okay. I remember.
Yeah,
now. I was
you rode
teleporting with
him. Yeah, you rode him when you like skydived into the Hydra, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's
Yeah.
that, and then I think I had him teleport right above one of the minutes of midnight and try and eat him.
I think so, yeah.
Chompy's
But yeah, so I love Chompy. That's my boy.
Do you want Chompy to be placed anywhere?
I
Or do you want to keep him by your side?
a part of me wants to.
far away from the combat so he doesn't get hurt.
I think if anything, he can stay with me because then he can just skydive.
If you ever want to skydive in whenever
Yeah.
you're done raining fireballs,
Yeah. Or if there's like a certain, or if Truth is like, there's a Hydra. Chompy can help with that again. Chompy's pretty good at that. So I do think Chompy goes with us, but I think this is going to be the best option because we can have, yeah. 4.
Okay. We got a game plan going on. We'll revisit it once we actually like get towards that part, but you have preliminary forces.
Yes.
And Kazik will hear your orders as he says, or Krazik will hear orders as he says, I'll make sure that it's done. I'll position the people. They are all there, ready to make sure that any who fall are remembered. And he looks to all of you as he says, we know we are not the best outfitted for this. We know that there will be dead among us. But we thank you for freeing us, for letting us die with honor on our blades, and for hopefully, when dealing with the Hydra, we can remember those who perish. That is the final honor that we can give them, and the final honor that we fight for.
I'm gonna look at him and be like, just remember, there's always power in numbers, and you and your brethren deserve everything. You've gone through so much. I will say though, in case a Hydra does come, write down the names of your brothers and sisters and keep a record. That's the best way to remember and honor them if anything goes wrong. But here's to hoping that doesn't happen.
We have always told our stories through the spoken word. We do not have a writing system.
Damn. Can I... Is there a way to like write down like the very basic like alphabet?
Yeah, you have paper and pen.
Okay, I'm
You have paper
gonna
and quill.
I'm gonna rip out a piece of paper and then like from my little notebook and write down like the very basic alphabet, and then I'm gonna hand it to him and say, this is the most basic of alphabets. I know that your tradition is to spread through word of mouth, but this is a time where memories are fading, and that might not be the most accurate, I suppose. If you want, I again would urge you to honor your brethren that may fall with some record. But if you do not want to, I completely understand. And I'm just going to hand him
Roll
the...
me persuasion, because it is their system, their culture to not use the written language, but they understand the dire times it's in.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Let's go!
Your words have moved Krazik as he says, for a long while, perhaps too long, we have dug ourselves in the traditions of the past. If we want to remember, we might have to move forward. And he takes the scribbles of the alphabet and he says, I will go through, my brethren, and we will each take some form, some assembly of these characters you've given us. Should the worst happen, we will make sure that in any way possible we remember who has fallen and who has lived. Thank you for this, for letting us take our next step forward.
As he takes the paper, I start pointing to letters starting with K, R, A, Z, K, and I tell him that is how you spell your name, Kha'Zix. Karix.
Thank you.
Krazik.
Krazik.
I heard Kha'Zix, I'm like, man, someone's got a leak on the brain.
I do.
It's the TFT.
But,
It's the
he
TFT.
sees that and he goes,
It's a TFT.
oh, fine, sure. He still looks at it though and he goes, "Oh, understood. Thank you. This is hard to adjust to, but we will prepare ourselves nonetheless." And he will take in the paper. You can see he's kind of like trying to rewrite the characters in his own very bad handwriting. His first time really trying it with his own quill. But he is going to take those to the rest of the lizardmen and try and write down as many as they have before they go to their positions that you have given them. Meanwhile, Lohem will see what's going on and say, understood. Me and my compatriots, we will be there as much as we can on the front lines, trying to carve our way through. I have done much to try and earn that name you have given me of Devil Slayer, and I hope that I can continue to earn that name in the battle ahead. He looks to you all, but more importantly, he looks towards Dare as he puts a hand on his shoulder and says, stay safe out there.
I shall meet you on the battlefield, Lohem.
And it will be a day to remember. Finally, Taito will kind of like sitting there in the rest of the corner go, so this is what we're supposed to all do, huh? Even if this whole Bagman situation works, even if Percival's killed, there is still to be a battle. There's still to be those lost. The minutes of midnight, our entire goal was to ensure that something like this could never happen. To stay the hand away from the midnight hour where death would ravage a battlefield. I regret that we've fallen apart like hands on the clock.
War is never a good time. There's always going to be people lost. However, if we can prevent this, we will. That's our goal tomorrow with the Bagman. If we can prevent Percival from still having this control over an army, then we might be able to avoid a war altogether. But there will still be Hydras. We will still have to fight them and take them out. There will still be lives lost.
Even when we win, we still lose something. But at least we have something to save, he says as he looks up his eyes at you. This is probably one of the few moments where he's like actually kind of let himself open. Whereas before every interaction you've had, he's been closed off, guarded. Now his eyes well with tears, knowing that no matter what happens, there is a price that must be paid.
Oh,
he knows that his friends, even no matter what they do, could also be lost. His entire society's mission, it was doomed from the start. The hand will always reach midnight.
If it's any consolation, we'll at least lose a lot more, or a lot less than if we did nothing.
That is our one silver lining among all this. A poor, pathetic one, but still, nonetheless, it's something.
Yeah, and that's what we fight for. Can we count on you to join as well to help?
Yes.
Is he a spell? He's a spell. He's a spell person, right? Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, he was the one who knocked down our ship.
True. Wait, he should be on top with us then.
Oh,
Kaido
wait,
was
wasn't
not.
it him?
The one
No,
Oh,
that
it was
was
the
it
lightning
was-
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. I think he's dead though.
It was Saru. You
Saru.
still remember him.
Okay.
He's not dead, he's just missing. He's MIA.
MIA.
Saru and Nia have both
Yeah.
gone missing somewhere
Yeah.
within these forests. Though they are still remembered.
Mhm.
Taito looks at you as he says, the issue of the minutes must still be resolved. Nia and Saru are still missing. Omeri, Kadiot, and Alenwa still bide themselves with Percival's people. I blame you for what is going on, and as long as you draw breath, they will try and take you out. But for me on my end, I want those not of this conflict to be safe. You can count on me to help, to aid where I can. And hopefully amongst that wreckage, I can find out what happened to Nia, to Saru.
Will the other minutes be a threat to this coming war?
There's a chance. Alenwa has pledged their allegiance to Percival. Percival was the one who started that misinformation of what the Nightwings had done.
Oh. So Percival himself was their informant?
Mm-hmm.
As he traveled through the towns on his campaign, he met with Alenwa. He showed the Hydra's head and said that it was of the Nightwing's cause as they sought to expand outward of Brador to take control. The thought was planted in their head by Percival himself. And so for that, Alenwa pledged their allegiance to him.
Butler, what did you say was the thing for if they were under the control song or whatever?
The Song of Control?
Mm-hmm.
That the Emerald Green Eyes are like a sign of it, I believe.
Yeah.
Taito, did Alenwa have emerald green eyes when you last saw her? Did the others?
Nay. None.
So the pledging of their own volition. Okay. Well, shit. Okay. Do you think they'll be at the meeting tomorrow with Percival?
I do not believe so. They, for the most part, shunned Armagh. They wanted to protect those of the lower vales, and they never really traveled upwards. Even with our wings and our elevated status of where each of us came from, we never really traveled up there. They would, if anything, have themselves positioned outward in the fields.
Okay. Well, at least that's good. At least we don't have to worry about that. Okay. That'll do. All right.
That'll do. and he gently floats away as finally the Witch of the Woods, or I said finally twice, but as the Witch of the Woods approaches you all and says, "If that is everything, then here you may stay the night and rest yourselves. Tomorrow is an important day, and you should be prepared for what comes. Once you have rested, Taito can bring you back into Upper Armagh."
With the map out, can I ask her to point at where we are now? Like
Yes.
at this hut?
We were somewhere, yeah.
Yeah. Because remember we didn't go there.
Right here.
We had the
Yeah,
option
we
of.
fought
and then
like a
we didn't.
Hydra somewhere like right here, I believe.
I mean, speaking of, we have kind of the rest of the day before we fall asleep.
I mean,
Hey,
I
My
One
God.
bit there that you can now remember. What did you do when you last left Laurentis? Or right before entering Laurentis?
Didn't we kill some guy who's pretending to be someone?
Sorry, that was after Laurentis. Before you entered into Laurentis,
Didn't we kill that one?
you killed one.
Yeah, we killed that
yeah.
one. That was the one we
We're
killed.
They don't know.
yeah.
You
Pretty
can
close to this
mark some
one.
stuff off.
I think we
I-
killed
Some in
this
here that,
one.
while confirmed, they
I
have not
think-
gotten information from you on what has actually been killed.
Yeah, let's
Yeah, I think we
let's tell the
killed
other.
This one.
I'm pretty sure we killed that one.
Because
I
I
think-
remember the option was either going to Laurentis or visit the Witch of the Woods.
Yeah.
And we went to Laurentis instead.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we killed this one, and then let's tell the others, and then no.
No. I'm saying we could kill that one. Or did we kill that one too?
Yes.
We did.
Okay,
Okay, cool. So the forest is clear.
Fuck.
Okay. Don't try to do a night
dude,
expedition to
it-
kill a
There's
Hydra.
all of this is.
Oh my
currently-
God, that's too far. Wax.
You're
That's too
you're
far.
also
I know
gonna
it's
be
too far. I know
It's
it's
too far.
you're also gonna be fighting with one person down.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. Please stop. But before we go to bed, I'm gonna go to the Witch of the Woods and go. So you said you conjured the head from the weave?
Yes.
I recently started studying the weave. Would you be willing to impart some of your knowledge to me?
You're a young student of the skies.
Yes. And then I'm gonna show her, I'm gonna hold out my hand, my left hand, and go, due to some unfortunate accidents, I have gained a boon, if you will. And with this, I want to learn more to not only maintain my new hand, but also to possibly help in the future with any means possible.
She says, holding your hand. Didn't really even ask for permission. She kind of just reached out for it and is studying it in her curious eyes. She goes, well crafted, a tight weave across this. Whoever was doing this knew what they were doing. I see why you've been drawn towards the stars and the various areas of what they represent. I can teach you some.
Yay.
What is the next one that you would like to learn?
I don't know. Faith and
We're just speedrunning this ish.
either Switch'em or what's the one? What did you use to create the head? Turbo
The one
is
to-
crazy.
Read me what your notes say, because I am still waiting for my drive to come to me.
Well, I have Gale, which is wind, faith, connection, show by our side of day, and how life connects. Auspice, life, unity, and sound.
Oh, it's Gale?
Is Gale? Are you?
Or did you just say yup?
What?
You
I
said
just said
yup,
yep.
like.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was just
I
like
thought
saying
that was-
yes as in like I'm listening.
Okay.
Okay.
There's auspice, which is life, unity, and sound. Suechum, lightning, fracture, sun movement, sight, dark omens. I already have chroma, which is color, a way to pierce the fog that is sometimes surrounded in fog. Whatever. And then there's the ones for night. So there's arrow, motion, energy, leaving a great trail, piercing fabric itself. The needle. Ewer, constellations, it contains energy, reference point, stave, hold to glow brightly and have rhythm, pattern. Spate, which I also have, is the one to use the one that was used to make my hand, which was to expand or become larger than yourself.
Yes. So it is that last one in Gale, kind of like a mix between those, is what she would state. It's kind of like giving that life, weaving it together, and using that wind aether to have it speak through itself when it has like no lungs to speak with.
Okay.
It's kind of like a mix between the two, a more advanced thing. You won't get it just by knowing the two, but further on, you'll understand it more.
Okay. In that case, then I don't know if it's the most useful right now. Maybe Suechum.
You could learn Suechum.
Yeah. Dark omens, lightning, fracture, sun movements. Yeah. I think I'll go with Suechum.
Sure thing. So as a bit to try and learn, Suechum is actually a word from the Salish North American tribes. They're actually more in like the Pacific Northwest kind of areas. They're a tribe that like had many words for lightning, for snow, for those kind of bits. And Suechum in this case was another word for the fork of lightning, how it like spreads out and gains like its structure across the lands. At least from what I've been learning. And I'm happy to reiterate, I am a white man. I am just doing my best to like learn languages and talk to people I know of those cultures. But that's what they told me, and I was like, that's a really cool bit. Could I like bring that into a thing? And they're like, yeah, if you did it in this kind of way, Suechum would be how like one becomes many in like that sudden instant, where like a sudden impulse becomes a thought, becomes this like multitude of different ideas, like you all were just doing with the whole map bit of going, okay, we have this to do, and suddenly it sparks into something more. It forks out. That is what Suechum kind of is intended to be from the start. Is that sense of like the spark that becomes something more, that sudden fork in the lightning, that is that crack in the sky, that like opens up a new horizon. As all of this is kind of imparted upon you by the Witch of the Woods, you have now gained at least an understanding of Suechum that you can mark down. I still owe you for the other one. When I get my drive back, remind me for which ones you have. I should probably just DM you to be like, hey, tell me each one you have and I can remake them for you.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, I think I only have the
those cards.
3 right now, so I only have Suechum, Chroma, and Spate.
Suechum,
fine.
Chroma, and Spate. Okay.
Yeah,
So you're
so
currently missing
Gale,
missing Gale.
Auspice. Yeah,
Gale,
Gale,
Auspice, and-
Arrow, Ewer, and Stave.
Cool. Awesome.
So 2 on the day and 3 on the night.
2 on the day and 3 on the night. Copy. Then we'll get more into that before the next session, so that way I can prep some stuff for you, because I'm going to try and utilize what you've learned so far for whenever that battle happens. You'll be able to actually use that mastery for something. But we at least know like the general bits.
Yeah.
I just saw the chat. Jesus. Yeah. Hey, I'm trying to be respectful. I want to showcase a cool culture.
It's funny.
You know what? These lands look so interesting. What if I
Oh
take some?
no. Oh no.
Oh
He's
no.
becoming a generic white man. He's becoming a generic white man.
They're so plentiful. What if I owned them?
These forests are real nice, full of resources.
Full of resources. Oh, I got a
God.
colony to build.
Oh god.
They
He is a
but the
white
Witch of
man.
the Woods like kind of The Witch of the
Oh
Woods
God.
will, like, while looking at the sky, Jesus Christ, while looking at the sky, explain these concepts to you. Kind of like tracing her hands, the stars as they make their own forks of lightning in the sky itself, and saying,
while she's
amongst the
doing
weave
that-
itself, it fractures.
Wait, while she's doing that, can I take out the whatever the fuck I bought at the store?
The astrolabe?
Yeah.
Totally.
I'm gonna take it out and like try to follow what she's pointing at with it.
Totally. As you do that, it makes it easier to understand those stars. You can figure out where they connect in a line. You now, when calling upon Suetchum and etc., you could be able to cast spells from that kind of bit a little bit easier than they would be before. You have been able to map out part of your own star charts, like the Weavers of Fate were wanting you to do when you first met with them.
Sweet.
So you have like at least a scribble, at least a brief understanding of like, okay, this is where I can find them in the sky. This is where the spirits of Suetchum kind of like channel themselves across the night sky. That being said, the Witch of the Woods, after describing this, will say, "Child, correct me if I'm wrong, you seem quite capable already with your current magics. Why do you chase after a different art instead of developing what you already have?"
I am still developing my other magics, but this was in a way thrust upon me, and I want to be a student so that I can harness the power that I was given. I don't want it to just be another thing that I might lose in the future.
To better understand this boon you have been gifted, to better care for it, I understand.
Yes.
But to unmake the skies themselves, to wrap that weave in the ways you choose, is a ominous art, to say the least. As you go down further in this path, understand the risks that can be made should you take a strand, a thread from the sky, from the air around you that should not be disturbed. Or like your hand losing its way, a greater recourse might happen should you pluck the wrong string.
How would you discern which string is ominous?
It takes a deal of practice, but as you can see on any woven fabric, there are certain threads that maintain the structure. Others less important.
The red one.
More of a decorative piece that you could pluck and use for your own purposes, but there are others integral to said weave. It is one of those things where only through practice that you can see these telltale signs. But one of the issues, I would say, is many pick from the spate, and the spate is integral for a lot of the weave to function. Should you take an excess, know that there will be a counterbalance applied by the natural forces of the world.
Okay. I will only take what's necessary and no more.
Good. Practice your caution, tread carefully, and you will be able to weave what is needed, she says as she looks at your hand, and nothing more. Are
Thank
you do you mean to maintain a study of the arcane?
Yes. I think so.
We have not been able to formally introduce ourselves with the tasks at hand. I would know your name.
My name is Zinnia.
Zinnia. It is a wonderful name. A name of the land and its beautiful nature. My name has been lost to the winds of time for a while now. You may simply call me the Witch of the Woods. But know, Zinnia, that my home is always open to you. To study, to progress, and to maintain any safety you require. This is a home towards all those in the forest and those who wish to learn.
That was so loud. Sorry. She just opened a Red Bull can right next to me.
Damn, that's
Sorry.
crazy.
That was loud as fuck. I know the
Nice.
mic picked that up.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. If you ever regain a name, I would love to learn of it one day.
And one day, I just might.
Leave her
You'll be-
alone. She's not a Gertrude. How dare you? Gertrude? That's so mean. Why would you want to name her Gertrude? Damn. She says she looks like a Gertrude.
Damn, really? I don't think she looks like a
weird.
Gertrude.
I don't think she looks like a Gertrude either. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways.
She looks at you, though, as she says, when I do gain a name, you will be the third that I tell.
It's my honor. I want to know who the other two are. No, I want to ask. It's okay.
One
It's
day.
okay. It's okay.
She looks back towards her brew, though, as she says, I must maintain the concentration of this spell.
Oh my
to
god.
maintain...
Don't unsend it. Don't unsend it. Keep it 100.
I tried to say that in Celestial, and now I'm kind of embarrassed.
I tried to say mine in Celestia, but I kept it up.
Well,
Yeah, you did. Either
No
way, though,
punk-ass
she looks
bitch.
back at the brew and she says, I must maintain the etheric connections for the spell to last. So that way we may know what his next thoughts are, his next focus. Though it is small, it is important. With that, I bid you have a good rest. Be ready for tomorrow. And she
Okay.
goes back to focusing on her magics. The rest of you have been given an opportunity to rest.
Yes.
Would you like to do anything before you rest?
Rest. Rest. Frog.
Dare's not gonna take the long rest. He's gonna be holding the bag.
Oh,
Hold the bag.
it's actually valid. Damn, that's a big old token.
Yo, why
It's a
you look
big-
like that?
Why you look
Hey,
like
leave me
that?
alone. Leave me alone.
That you? That you?
Why is
I'm
his
just a little
goatee
troll.
slimy? Why is
That
it
you?
slimy?
Why is it slimy? Why you slimy?
It is.
Homie puts his
Bubba,
goatee in
that's-
his mouth as a
that's-
snack.
That's Butler.
That's a snack.
That's him.
That's it.
Also, this whole
Hey,
time,
man has spent the last 2 weeks making sure that he got to bring you this this fucking thing.
yeah, now
Damn.
he's
I'm
not
just
gonna
gonna
take
let-
a shower. Now he's
That's
done.
mean. Lynn said you're
I'm gonna let-
consistently ugly.
I'm gonna let the bag loose on Ditto.
That's crazy. He said he's gonna let the bag loose on Ditto. Oh.
Zinnia needs to cunt him up.
Oh, I don't think I can. He needs a shower first. Why is he slimy?
What the heck?
Why does he have a
Also,
pig
throughout
at his
that whole
waist?
conversation, when you introduced him, I went to my inventory and started staring at the 3 troll horns I have in my bag, and I was so tempted to pull one out. But
I
was
think I have
"That's
like
probably
troll
too much."
teeth and troll blood, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, wait, I forgot I had.
Yeah. We have all of the parts of his friends. We could rebuild him.
Quantify him is
Wait,
crazy.
Wait.
We
I
can
have
rebuild him from his fallen friends.
Oh my god.
I have actually skull in my inventory.
Stop. Would
Yeah,
you
you
like to
do.
wear your brother as a helmet?
We could make him stronger.
Stop. Anyways.
Hey, better hope that he never finds out.
I'll show him. I kind of want to fight something right now.
What the
If
fuck?
I kill him, do I level up? I'm just kidding.
We need him to fight. What's wrong with you? Actually, wait. Would he
Being
be?
too nice to everybody. It's
Oh
annoying.
my god. Is he gonna be part of the 5?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Alright, cool.
But
Huh?
I heard Truth fucking gulp.
Oh. Okay. I'm settled. I'm ready to take my sleep.
Bro has a fucking +4 to strength and a +5 to con.
Jesus.
He's gonna be
Yeah.
a decent fighter.
Jesus. I have no spells, so I'm gonna need to sleep.
Take that sleep.
Oh,
Truth? Yeah?
before I sleep, I'm gonna work on my charisma book.
Okay.
Long rest.
Work on your charisma booking.
Rest. Ooh-wee.
There's
you
just
doing
gonna be sitting here, looking up at the
You
stars,
can still get
holding
a
the bag.
short rest there.
Oh, buddy.
I'll take the short rest, but I mean,
Take it.
If you
That's
don't
full
want
health.
it,
Just take
you don't
it.
have
Just
to
take
take it.
Just take it. Just take it. It's okay. Just take it.
I'll sit with him and stay up with him, just working on my book, because I only need a short rest too.
Okay. The two of you can take your short rest while Zinnia conks the fuck out.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm out.
buddy.
I am out.
I'm gonna ask Dare, like, what if you just set the bag on the ground and then sit on it and fall asleep? Wouldn't that kind of give you closure?
I feel like if I do that, the sides would open. Because you know how like when you squish a bag, like it sort of like opens, kinda.
What if
Sides.
you sit on it while it's like on the flopped down?
I
She
don't want to
would
take
not
the
have
chance.
sleep apnea. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I'd rather.
If anything,
rather
she'd
not.
have. It wouldn't be sleep apnea. She'd have sleep paralysis. That's different.
Zinnia would be someone who has sleep paralysis, actually.
Yeah,
Zinnia
she would
wakes up to the
100%.
fucking demon in the corner of the room.
We
Yeah.
even told Zinnia, but she screams in her sleep.
Oh, it's all the trauma.
Every time
Every
she
night
hears
she wakes up and goes, my hand!
every time she hears wood creaking, she jumps.
She.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever told you guys, but she is like a haunted one.
Yeah, she is.
She just remembers all the people that's died.
Oh my god.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah. She would
In a way, it's a blessing what
1000%.
the false hydras do.
That's true, but
Why
not in the
remember
way you
people who
want.
died?
That's not what you'd want. Oh, yeah, she would 1000% have sleep paralysis and see the Hat Man in the corner.
Ooh.
I've only seen the Hat
Yeah,
Man
that's valid.
once. It's weird.
Wait, which
The
Hatman are you
Hat
talking
Man?
about?
The sleep paralysis Hat Man? He's nice, but he's weird.
Are you talking about this one?
Hey,
Yep. When I
maybe,
take 40 Benadryl.
I'll
and
take that as a
stay
yes.
awake. That's what I do.
maybe. Cause like
Okay,
you
valid.
know the stories of like people who have sleep paralysis, they see a Hat Man in the corner watching.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the big demon,
Yeah.
linky ass demons.
yeah, but they don't do anything.
you
They
find
just
a
stand
door?
there. Where did you find a door? What?
Don't worry about it. It's my door.
Is it this one?
It is
No.
not your door.
It's my door.
Is it this one?
Where's the door at? Oh,
He finally found it. He finally found it.
God.
Oh my god, is that a cat?
I can't get
Oh my God,
y'all
it's a
anything.
frog.
There's a lot of frogs, Shouty. There's like 2 right here, another one right there, another one
there's a
right
big
there.
one. This would be Amber's dream vacation.
Honestly, it
It
would
would
be.
be.
This fucking guy.
Yeah.
This is all she would
Them
ever want.
alone. Yeah.
This big man? Oh yeah.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Oh, I got a baby.
All right, you guys have taken your sleep though.
Yes.
We have come to a new day. It is now 8 a.m. as you all awake. Or at least stop holding the bag. when that happens, Taito is going to come to you three and say, "Are you ready to go back?
Wait,
The festival is beginning."
wait. Short question, very quick question. What if would Taito come with us to the WWE thing? Would he be able to hold the bag closed till then, like during it?
You can ask him.
Okay. Taito, would you be willing to have kind of a big task while we do something? Are you gonna
What
be
task would that be?
Deflet didn't hold it, it'll be okay. Bitch, shut up. We kind of have an event that we're throwing, and Dare will be part of it, so I don't know if he'll be able to hold the bag closed. If we found a place where we can put the bag without it being disturbed, would you be able to watch over it during the event so that nothing happens?
I could try.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay,
It's fine with me.
that's the best you're gonna get out of him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Would you? Okay, Taito's gonna come over to you all three though, as they get ready to teleport you. Razak will take a step back as the others will prep themselves to go to their positions for the oncoming war. They all put their hand over their hearts in a clenched fist as they say, "So we may all remember you, so we may all live to see another day." As energy swirls from underneath the ground, your hair bristles in the brisk morning air, the light of dawn rising over the sky as you are all shifted back into that etheric stream. Light blue and teal swirl around you as you get transported back over to... as you get back to...
same.
Right? That's all I could imagine. It's just like the way it travels in a Ghibli movie.
Yeah.
How so? What?
When you said
Like
hair
the Ghibli
bristles, yeah, all I can think of is like, you know how they animate it in Ghibli movies?
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Okay, cool.
Exactly like that.
Cool.
It's except like it keeps like rippling as well as like the energy keeps swirling from above.
Yeah.
Like, over encompasses you.
Yeah, very much that. Yeah.
Yeah. Until finally like the energy takes over everything. It like pushes past you, and it's only like when it's finally settled down that you kind of just appear back within Armagh. Now that it's 8 a.m., the festival. Or wait a second, we need a music change.
Sir, I have a quick question before we get into that.
Yes.
For the
Yeah.
tones and the manuals that Truth and Dare have, I mean, how much more do we have to study them before we get their benefits? Because I think we've had them for, I think, how many days now?
How many
I think
times
it's
have you
like-
actively studied them?
We've had it for 3 days, and we've been studying them every time we've had like downtime.
It's true. It's
So you
true.
studied them 3 times.
More, I think, because they've been. Because remember when you were waiting for Truth to come back, you were also studying it, and I think Truth to look busy was also studying his, at one point or another.
Yeah, so
So I
I
think-
think
More than an hour of study. So I have them written down that you've each studied them 3 times now.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know.
yeah, because I would also have assumed. I mean, granted we didn't say it, so I understand, but I would have also assumed that like when we like at the end
We're
of
on
day,
traveling.
things like that, and like while we're traveling when we can. But whenever we've
the last
been
3
like,
days, you have not been really traveling.
it wasn't the time on the last bits on the airship when we were getting to Armagh.
Yeah, I have it written down for the trip to Armagh itself from Laurentis, but the days before there, you were kind of running around in Laurentis doing things.
Yeah, it's true.
Never
Because I
really
know
had
it's
time to
only
study.
it's only been 3 days, but I was just wondering how much time would we need more?
I have it as 5 study sessions.
Okay,
So sessions, okay.
gotcha.
Yeah. So if you're at 3, that would mean 2 more study sessions.
Cool.
Alright, sick nasty.
Okay. That being said, it is once it starts. Come on, load up. There we go. The Festival of the Veils is now fully underway. As everyone is celebrating throughout, there's streamers, there's banners to be had. There's this kind of like camaraderie everyone is feeling today as the streets bustle about. You see like fellow people from wearing kind of like the garments of each of the cities that they have come from being shown here. There are people from Brador, there are people from Zarunta, the Asherian Theocracy, all these different walks of life gathering in Armagh today. While the people of Armagh themselves are clad in this almost prismatic blue, the ones of Brador have this like gold around them. The Asherian Theocracy has this like long red attire, all of them wearing this like very specific kind of mask, and etc. As you're looking through these different stalls and everything, there are people selling masks of themselves, masks of the Veil Lords themselves, to kind of like imitate them. There's fun and games to be had. There's like bobbing for apples. There's a small little dunk tank that someone has made where they're dunking people that are like shouting back at them, one of them wearing one of the Veil Lords masks and going, "You can never get me," and then they dunk them. Until a big splash appears, going rimming over it as everyone laughs and cheers. Someone is throwing like snowballs over at like a target where it's kind of like painted around something that you can't really make out the shape of. It feels like it's this odd looking thing. Is there anyone doing anything specific at this moment in time?
Which Veil Lord mask is he wearing? The guy that's getting dunked.
He is wearing. I need a D8. The Mask of Nor, Olbris. It is like a dark void, a lightning strike crackling through one eye, the rest speckled in what can only be like a kind of stardust.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to the stall and buy a copy of Wilg's mask.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They look over at you and the stall owner goes, "Oh, of course, a Bwilg mask. That would be 4 IP, please."
You got it. I hand over 4 IP.
Perfect. And over 4 IP, and you now have a replica mask of Bwilg. It is kind of like an armored metallic mask. It has these 2 big tusks coming out from underneath it and a set of horns that curl out of the sides.
There's gonna look at it and be like, "This feels familiar," and put it in his bag.
Oh,
Awesome.
are there any other masks that are being sold that we can recognize?
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Perception. Ow. Ow. 21.
Oh,
Zinnia, someone is selling a mask that looks exactly like yours. Someone is selling a mask that looks exactly like Truth and Dares if they were melded together. Someone else is selling a mask that looks just like the ones you've seen Awa and Calliope also wear. Spitting images of replicas.
That's crazy. Could I go to the stall and be like, "Wow, you have all of them. That's so cool. I just got this one, but could you actually tell me about these other ones?"
Oh, I see you already got your own mask, of course. Which one were you curious about?
I'm gonna can I borrow 4p? I'm gonna point to the one that is technically Truth and Dares together.
Oh, this one. This is one of those masks of creation. I mean, everyone knows the old myths about the masks of creation. That's why the mask retrieval squads exist in the first place.
Yeah. Actually, it's on the tip of my tongue. Could you tell me what they were again? I swear I remember, but right now it's just, it's escaping my mind.
Of course. I mean, it's the day's young, but if you've already been hitting the sauce a little bit, I'll help you out a little bit there. So the masks of creation, specifically with this one, they were always told to have been here from time immemorial. They were part of the land, and one of the things that the Veil Lords found when they first were walking the lands, creating the countries themselves. One of those masks that had already existed for its own reasons. And so they decided these masks, they held power, they held their own myths, their own creation. Perhaps maybe they could be attuned to the world itself. And so Rallo, the first one to decide to collect these masks, started the mask retrieval units to gather these masks and hold them in places of safe holding. Though, unfortunately, this mask, I believe it was lost about, I don't even know when. They say thousands of years ago.
Oh.
But
okay.
there's always the image of it, and it was always told to be a mask of bonds. One of those masks that ties people together.
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
From the drawings, we have, and the sketches and illustrations, we've pieced together the mask of what we assumed that it would look like.
Mask of Bonds. Okay. And then I'm going to point
Same as your
to...
mask.
Yeah, I've heard the stories about this one. I think it was lost too, right? I think all of these were lost, weren't they?
Yes, all of them a couple thousand years ago, or so I'm told, all been lost to the creation of the world. Some have this conspiracy theory that the masks themselves were kind of like broken to create the countries themselves. From the masks, the Veil Lords beckoned people forward to create life itself. I'm not sure how much I trust that. Kind of seems weird, but I mean, the Veils can do pretty much anything, so who's to put it out of their realm of possibility?
That's true. I mean, anything can be created with thought, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to point to Awas and be like, what were the rest of these masks of again?
You want to go down each of them?
Yes.
They kind of look a little.
Just really quick, very basic, no details.
Are you gonna buy any of these?
I'm really thinking. I already have one. I kind of want to. I don't know if I want to collect them all. You're kind of interesting.
If you buy one of the masks to start collecting them, maybe I'll tell you some more. I'd rather get some customers going my way.
That's true.
I'll stand next to Zinnia and point at my mask, like mine and Dare's mask, the one that's fused.
Yeah.
And I'll just go, one of those, so she can get the story.
Oh, but we already know
you're
this
with
one.
her.
Yeah, we already have this one. Look, see, we should get a different one.
Yeah, but mine's getting scuffed. I want that one.
Scuffed.
She looks in and goes, "Okay, if you're buying a mask, then I'll give
my
one.
God.
I'll let you know the stories. Yeah, they'll be 4 IP.
Okay, I'm gonna take it. Is it sturdy? What is the mask made out of?
It feels like it's carved out of wood, and painted over with a gentle white lacquer.
Okay.
Am I paying for this one, or are you paying for this one?
No, I'll give him 10. I'll give him 4 IP.
Okay.
You give him 10.
I'm
Give
gonna.
it 10 is crazy.
I'm gonna hand it to Dare, so that I'm holding the bottom and he's holding the top.
Are you gonna break it again?
Try and,
They are fused together. You would need to break it to do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and break it. I'm gonna try and have him on one side and we
dude.
snap it like a wishbone.
Oh my god.
I mean, I could just hand you the bag and I could do it myself.
Oh,
No, you got important. I'd rather just give myself this dumb shit job, and I'll pull out my knife and start kind of like.
You're gonna hack
the
away.
parts that they're connected, so it breaks there,
You're
and then I'm
sawing
gonna.
through it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and snap it, but I'm gonna make like the
Okay.
weak points.
are you
where
doing
our
it right in
mask
front of
started.
this guy, or are you turning away and doing it somewhere
Yeah, we're
else?
waiting for you to hear the story. I'm not
Oh
trying.
my
I'm not gonna go.
God.
I'm just doing this
They
right
look at you
here.
as they're like, you. Yeah, sure. I
bought
guess
it,
if you
it's
want to
mine
replace
now.
the broken one you already have, why not break another? Sure. She looks over at the other masks though, as she goes through them and says, this one here is the Shimmering Thorn. Actually, let me pull these up because
Whose mask is this?
this is Awa's.
Okay.
Oh, awa.
Oh wow. What's
name's
the
so good,
name
you have
of?
to say it.
What's
she
the name for
describes- oh,
Truth
yeah.
and Dares? Is there a name?
Let me double check on a thing.
I'm doing this more for my notes than anything else. I'm just curious.
I get you.
That's fair.
The Sophist.
Sophist?
Yes.
Okay. Like sophist?
Sophist.
It was a PH. Okay.
Yes.
It's always the
One of those
PH.
things. It's a word that comes from like ancient Greek. It is like a teacher of philosophy or rhetoric.
Wow.
But for Awa's, she describes this mask of like twisting branches with thorns all around them, creating a mask that has like only these two holes for the eyes and a gaping mouth for the mouth. But she describes it as this is a mask that was known to be connected to the land, that summoned plant and wildlife while connecting the kind of different voices of flora and fauna. That was the Shimmering Thorn, as the more that you grow, the more thorns that you must have to protect yourself. And then for Calliope's mask, she describes this mask that looks like it's kind of like made of stone, with these two large goggles at the very like center of it. There's no mouth hole, but above those like goggle-like indents, there's these like almost cave paintings going across the stone on the upper end, showing the different phases of the moon, with the full moon at the top center, the waxing moon at the left, and the waning moon on the right. There's a mane of bristled hair surrounding the mask when worn to hide the rest of the person's face. She says, this is the Lunar Watcher. It is a mask that is meant to impress as much as to watch, to know when your time in the spotlight is needed. It is said from ancient myths that we might impress people with our strengths, but we connect with people through our weaknesses. To better understand how to connect with someone, you must watch them to understand them. And then the Lunar Watcher, after having waxed, will wane as it uses what it has learned, uses its knowledge to be understood by others.
Okay. Right.
Funnily enough, with your perception check, I'll give it to you because it was a 21. You notice that Duat's mask is nowhere to be seen here.
Ah. Interesting. Okay. It's never retrieved. They say thousands of years ago, Duath is old.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna see you two taking your mask. I feel like I'm gonna be like, you should actually switch, so you both have a full mask, and then you don't know which half is which.
I feel like that would be so irresponsible.
But I feel like that would make more sense because everyone else is gonna be wearing the full mask, and if you switch, then you'd both have the full mask and blend in with everyone else better, no?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. I hand him the top part of the fake mask.
Oh, okay.
The bottom half. But
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were
okay.
saying make the full masks and then switch them around and then hand them back so we might have
Oh.
each other.
No.
I was like,
No.
what?
Shuffle.
No. I just
Actually,
I
let's
didn't
make
know you
one
were.
full one and then one fake one,
Yeah.
and then
That'd be silly. No.
And then one of us gets fucked out of the mask.
Yeah.
No mask for you. Ha ha.
yeah, someone gets a cheap replica and the other one gets the full mask of creation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah, of course. Enjoy the festival.
Thank you. You too. Good luck. Good luck selling masks. And I'm gonna walk away.
Okay. Anything else that you guys would like to look around for?
I don't know.
Oh, shit. When did you need to be at the boba shop?
10.
10.
Yeah. 10 was the
We-
boba shop. Yeah, let's head
10's
towards.
the boba shop.
Oh wait, no, we need. It's before 10. When did I say?
Even an hour and a half.
It
go
is. It
gambling.
is 10. You want to go gambling?
Let's go.
Let's go
It's a
gambling.
good story.
Oh,
Okay.
dang it.
I'll remember.
Oh, dang it.
I'll
You wanna go
remember.
gambling?
To us is
That
not
could be
there.
sick. Or like other carnival games. Like,
Yeah, there's carnival games.
ooh, is there anyone that has to do with like accuracy, like a beanbag toss?
There is with accuracy, so not a test of strength. You want something with like targets.
Yeah, like something I could win.
Yes, something you could win.
Yeah, that's something that Dare would be good at. Something I would be good at.
Yeah, surely there's
You
a
see that
balloon
there
shooting game.
is- Yes, actually, okay, so it's funny you point that out. Yes, there is a balloon shooting game with like a small little crossbow. It's not really sharp, but like they're little pins that it shoots out. They're 75 feet away down like this target range. They shoot blunted arrows at the targets. You can make 3 as you come up. Let me pull them up. The person goes, "Hey, welcome! Hey, come try your luck. Win a good prize. Win something for your significant other that you like, or maybe for yourself. Treat yourself. Come on down. Hey, you sir, you look like you would love this. You want to take a shot at my targets?
What do you mean I look like I would love this?
Yeah, you seem the type that wants to prove themselves.
You think I have something to prove?
Yeah, you got a little chip on your shoulder there, fella, and this crossbow here, this could be what helps you prove it.
How much?
2 IP to play. Very cheap, very easy. All
I'm
you have
gonna
to
give you
do
2 IP.
is you get three attempts. Based on where you hit on the balloons, you'll be able to get a prize.
All right, I hand him 2 IP.
All right. Take away 2 IP, and he gives you the crossbow. You can tell. Oh, actually, give me an investigation check as you hold the crossbow.
Would you allow me to do perception?
No.
See, this is why my int was so hot. 20.
Oh.
Let's go. Let's go.
Man starts complaining as he gets a dirty 20. While holding this crossbow, you can feel its weight, and with the arrows in, these arrows are weighted. Whatever aiming that you'll have to hit the balloons will be harder than you think.
Do I have to shoot it with this crossbow?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'll take aim and fire, knowing that like it's gonna be weighted and like trying to account for that.
Okay. Important to note, there are 3 different colored balloons in front of you. There's a blue balloon that says 1 point. There is a green balloon that says 5 points. And there is 1 red balloon at the very far back that says 25 points.
Oh, we're
Pause.
going
What
for
are
red.
you aiming for?
We're going
Pause.
for red.
What are the prizes? Are there plushies?
Yes, there are plushies.
I want a
There is a
plushie.
plush. there's a plushie of each Veil Lord
Oh.
available.
Oh.
All of a sudden.
All right.
Which one are you trying to
I aim for the
win?
red- I aim for the red balloon.
You're aiming for the red balloon. All right. I need you, just a second here. I need you to roll a... Oh, it's just straight D20 for... Or no, it shouldn't be that. It should be a dex because you're doing a bow and arrow. Roll me yeah?
I was gonna ask if he gets like a extra D6 or advantage since he knows the arrows are weighted.
Oh my god.
It's just to notice that something's off with them. You didn't do anything about them.
I do fear they all want Rallo
But he
plushies.
he could, since he knows it's weighted, he could better handle it than if he didn't, you know?
He does not know how they're weighted right now. He just knows that they're weighted.
Sure. I'll shoot with the red one, but I'm gonna try and aim as if the arrow wasn't weighted, so that I know how it falls.
For sure. Go ahead, and you're going to roll me a D20 with dex modifier. So you can just do like a dex check.
9.
9. Your arrow veers off, and you miss the red balloon. It looks like it went down considerably earlier than it should have.
Gotcha. I'm gonna load the second one to be like, I think these shits are weighted to the guy that's running the carnival.
The guy running and goes, no, what? Of course. No, if anything, we've taken off some weight so that way they're blunted and can't be hurting people. Everybody, look over here as this man attempts to prove what he has not. The first shot went down significantly early, my friend. Try and aim a little higher next time, okay?
Okay. This guy's a dick. I'm gonna try and aim for the red balloon, but now that I know that it's gonna drop so early, I'm gonna try and account for that.
I'll lower the DC for it on this time. You're still not fully dialed in on it.
Gotcha.
So no advantage.
All right. Oh my
Shelby,
God.
what is happening?
You
kinda
try and
suck.
attempt to overcorrect for it, and the arrow goes ching, zooming through the sky as it goes off way off into the distance beyond the horizon. Way off in the distance, you hear
Oh man,
as it
the
strikes somebody
cutout.
over there.
I hit him.
Cutout.
The man running the carnival game looks over and goes, "Okay, I know I said aim a little higher, but maybe not towards the damn sun, mister. Okay, I thought you said you already didn't have anything to prove. It feels like you have something to prove now. Can you even hit one balloon?"
Hey, I'm just raising the stakes, and I'm aiming for that red one again. Am I a little bit more dialed in?
With that 5, I don't think you're dialed in, man.
Gotcha. I got you.
You can still, the DC will stay at its lowered state, but you don't get any additional stuff.
That's fine. I hit these. Oh, that was almost a...
Okay.
Girl, you good?
Okay, maybe I take this crossbow away from your hands, man.
No.
Look, I
Wait,
don't
I
want to be a
wanna try.
liability around here.
Wait, I want to try. I want to try. I want to try. I want to
You want to
try.
try?
I feel embarrassed right now.
I would be
Let's
like, you know
give
what?
it one more
Can I try? Yeah, can I
Whoever
try?
hands me 2 IP.
I'll hand him 2 IP. Wait, let me
I'll handle it, though.
take
As you
it.
hand 2 IP, he then produces a quick sheet of paper and goes, "I need a kind of like a liability contract. That other one scared me. Could you
Yeah,
sign this
that's-
really quickly, saying
that's-
anyone you shoot's your fault, not mine?"
That's valid. I'll sign it.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Holding it, you can, from truth saying it is the reason that I won't make you roll for it. You can tell that these arrows are definitely weighted, but you're not
Yeah.
sure by how much or what you would do to them to stop it.
But I was watching him shoot at least the first one. Can I at least because I can see the drop off, right? Like how far from center it hit.
You saw the drop off, but you did not do it yourself. The first one is still at its original unless you make modifications unseen to the arrow.
Okay, that's okay. What was the roll? What am I rolling?
You're rolling a dex check.
A dex check. Okay. 17.
A 17! A 17 ding, ding. Oh wait, which one were you
The red
trying
one.
to hit?
The red one.
The red one?
Yeah.
That does hit.
Yay!
With a single pop. You hit the red one, and the one controlling the game looks around and goes, now there's a winner! Winner, winner! Hey, good job! You
I'm
got
gonna-
2 more arrows left!
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna-
he pops, or he blows up another red balloon. to
Okay.
fill in.
Okay. And then I'm gonna aim for the same one. Can I? Do
Okay.
I? Is it? I hit it. So
You
do I get a
definitely
lower?
dialed in.
Okay, cool,
you
cool,
get
cool.
advantage.
Let's go! Oh, thank God I have advantage.
Yep.
Oh my God. 14.
14. A 14 veers off, and while it doesn't hit the red balloon, it pops the 5-point balloon. And it goes,
On purpose.
he goes, okay, we still get something out of there. Good job. And
It was on
the carnival-
purpose. I'm gonna like be like,
It was
yeah,
on purpose.
yeah.
Hey, good trick shot. The carny
Thank
looks
you, thank
over at
you.
Truth and goes, maybe you could learn something from this little lady.
I'm just gonna stare at him.
And then I'm gonna.
Third shot.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay. Do I still get advantage?
Yeah, you get advantage. Yeah.
Yippee! Fuck. Okay, well, a 10.
The third one falls down to the ground much
Dang.
earlier than the others. It almost hit the 5-point balloon again, but eventually went down.
I'm gonna,
he
like-
looks at you and goes, hey, you had a good run, miss.
You know, I'll take it. That's okay. Ooh.
Yeah, with 30 points, you can get, and he looks around and he goes, you can get any of the plushies actually here. Yeah, which one would you like?
I'm gonna. Can I see what the Veilors all look like? Do we have that option?
I don't have all their art. No, the person had to go on break.
I hope you know that Lynn's is staring at me.
Hey, good for her.
What do you
One
what do you
out of
want?
Kyle.
What do you want, bud? Do you want Veos? Do you want Veos' plushie?
One plushie is wearing a blue tailored suit. Their mask is black with these gold trimmed lines going around it. There's another that wears this kind of like red, pale red suit. Their mask, they kind of have like some finger guns going on there too. And their
Finger
mask
guns?
is half black, half checker patterned with this like red and white checker pattern. Another Veil Lord, closer to that one that Truth was seeing of Olbris, is this like larger, while still a plushie and round and soft, they definitely have some little spikes coming from them from their armor, and their mask has this black void with speckled stardust and this one lightning strike wrapping around the vertical line of the mask. There's another that looks like a this giant creature, almost like a saber-toothed cat, but it holds this mask on it with these horns curling around the side and 2 tusks
that
brimming
bugs?
forward
That's blows.
from there. There's another that is it looks like a little cat with this like bushy brow or bushy fur going around it, and on top of that fur is the mask of like this like gold rim going around it and a large red eye in the center.
Ooh.
There's
like that
then another mask of well, it's got a cat. But then there's another mask of this robed
You got a cat?
plushie. Yeah, that was what I was describing. It's basically just a big cat with a mask on top of it.
Oh my god, wait, that's cute. Who's that?
The way that she instantly flips.
It's a baby, a cat.
There's another mask that is this
God.
robed figure that has a long white mask with these little like floating bits around it, and it's split in twain between red and blue markings across the mask. Who else have I not described now?
You know, it's okay. It's okay. I'll delete. I'll just get Veas's little plushie. She's screaming back there. I'll just get Veas's plushie.
Okay. You
But
get a,
then
you
can
get a
I-
plushie of Veos in their pale red suit with 2 finger guns looking over at you.
Oh my god. Can I then do I have is there like any like loose blue fabric anywhere really quick?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put little bandana on the Veos plushie. The blue
The
bandana.
party running the stand looks at that and goes, "Why? I mean, hey, decorate him however you want. He's all yours now, miss. Enjoy."
Thank
And
you.
he kind of like looks odd, going like, "Why is there like a blue bandana around it?"
I just
Whatever.
thought it'd be
That's not my problem.
cute. Yeah, don't worry about it. And then I'm gonna like, you know how you can like tie them to like your waist, like kind of like
Yeah.
on your belt, or they're just like hanging out there.
You want this Veos plushie hanging from your belt?
Yeah.
Cool.
Veos
You got a Veos plushie
Yeah.
hanging from your belt now as you walk around. Meanwhile, the carny has gone back to going, anybody want to try their test of luck?
Yeah.
Come over here, test your luck.
I also hope
you
this is
notice
gonna
that
give me bonus points for when we go to the meeting later.
Going, oh, you're a fan.
Yeah, exactly.
That there's some other games around here. Unless, Butler, you were wanting to shoot as well.
Oh, no, I wanted to get to a strength one.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I kind of want to
I'm
send
gonna-
the plushie
Strength.
too, though. I want to collect them
I'm
all.
gonna, before I go to this strength, I'm gonna carefully hand the bag to Truth, so that way I can use both hands.
Gotta remember.
You gently
Yeah.
hand the bag to Truth, who carefully holds it as you come up to the test of strength. The carny there is beckoning people towards this wooden beam with a bell sitting at the top. You must hit the platform at the bottom, launch a rock up, and hit the bell.
That was easy enough. How much IP?
He looks at you and goes, "That'll be 4 IP, sir. 4 IP for test your strength."
Okay. I hand him 4 IP.
Cool. He hands you a little mallet as he goes, "Go on and test your strength." We will need you to make an athletics check.
Athletics. 26.
26. You hit the rock and it starts soaring up, but then you notice that it definitely fell back down to the ground before it should have reached the bell. You put a lot of good force in there. The rock was definitely going, and then it just fell back down. He goes, hey, you had a good attempt? Good try, buddy. We'll get you on the next one.
I look at him, and I'm gonna just like use my size to intimidate him. You cheated me out of this win.
Oh.
Go ahead and give me an intimidation check. He looks at you as he goes, buddy, I'm just running the games as they're meant to be had. Look, you had your hammer, you hit the rock, it didn't go up. What am I supposed to do about it? Now, if you'd like to try again, maybe the second time's the charm, maybe just a little more 4 IP?
I'm just gonna, since I still have the hammer, I'm just gonna hit the bell again.
Go ahead and roll me in athletics. With a 16, the rock only goes up about halfway before falling down to the ground. And he goes, all right, you had your fun. There'll be 4 IP.
I don't think I'm gonna pay. You are a scammer. Can I run a Arcana check on the bell? On
You
the
can
thing?
do an Arcana check, sure. There is no magic surrounding this rock.
Can I pick up the
As-
rock to feel it?
No, before you go to pick up the
Down.
rock, he goes, you are not just skipping out on not paying me. You got a free hit in. You're paying up. Otherwise, snap of the fingers, immediately arcane locks come around your wrists. We got ways to deal with people who want to scam me out of my earnings.
Whatever. Take your 4 IP, you cheat. And I'll hand
He
him 4
takes
more.
the 4 IP from you. and the arcane chains come off. And he goes, and you're not allowed to play on my game anymore. Put the rock down.
Can I still feel see how heavy the rock is before I put it down?
Absolutely. Would you like to do a nature or perception check?
Perception?
Go ahead and give me a perception check. Unfortunately, you can't really tell anything different about the rock other than it's very heavy.
Did I successfully pick up the rock? Or no?
You did pick up the rock.
Okay, I just slam it back down. Like, I just toss it back down. I don't slam it.
Okay, you toss it back down as you walk away. Meanwhile, the carny going, hey, get out of here, get out of here, trying to shoo you off. And then immediately looking towards the others and go, test your strength here, test your strength. Are you stronger than this old dumb brute? Come test your strength,
Oh.
come. We got prizes for everybody.
Oh.
I'm gonna remember him.
I kind of want to know
And I
the
take
plushie.
I take the bag back from Truth.
Okay.
I want more
As I'm
Did
just-
you say anything
as
to
I'm-
Truth? Or Truth, you say anything to Dare?
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to see what cantrips I have. Nah, I just kind of I hand him the bag back, and I don't know. I don't say anything because I can tell he's already mad. I don't want to like add anything to the fire.
Valid. Okay. As you're looking around, would you like? Are you still looking for other games to play, or are you doing anything else?
Can I shoot more arrows and try to get bug?
Do you? Well, okay. So here's the thing. There's other games that all have
okay.
plushies available. But if
Okay.
you want to keep shooting, you can keep shooting.
I feel like I've dialed in. I want to win.
Okay. Okay. Fair. Valid. You come
Okay,
back
let me-
over, and the
let
guy
me
sees you and
minus
goes,
two
"Oh, you're
more.
back. Would you like to shoot some more?"
Yeah, I want more plushies. I paid
All
two
right.
more.
That'll be 2 IP, miss.
I paid it.
All right, here you go, and he gives you the bow and arrow.
Fuck
This
yeah.
time you still have advantage.
Okay. Huh. 18.
18. You said you were aiming for the red one?
Yes.
You pop the red one again, and he
Let's
goes,
go.
"Hey, look at this, miss. She knows exactly what she's up to."
Let's go. How many points is it per plushie?
Per plushie,
Yeah.
20. It is 25.
Okay, so it's per red. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go again. Please, no! Fuck. Hold on. 13.
13, unfortunately, whizzes off, and you hit the
Damn.
5 again.
Damn. Okay. One more. I'm gonna like when you stand in place and like shake your arms and like, okay. I got this. Okay.
Okay, and
13. Wait.
You go for the shoots.
Wait. Let's go. 20.
a pop right on the red balloon again. Congratulations, miss. 50 points. Or 55. You can get
Yay.
2 plushies. What 2 plushies would you like, miss?
Could I get the bug one and the Sedna one, please?
Yes, you can. And he hands over a plushie of what looks to be like a giant saber-toothed tiger with a mask of armor, horns, and fangs. And this other one that looks to be like a giant, this kind of like mystical-looking mermaid. A tail of violet and purple twisting about at the bottom, while the upper half leads into this beautiful-looking mermaid with flowing red fins and the mask of Sedna on top.
Okay, Sedna. Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna attach them right next to Veos on my belt.
Cool. You now have 3 Veilords on your belt.
Let's go.
Just kind of going, kind of like all just in marketable plushy form.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and gang, exactly.
Me and gang.
Me and gang.
Okay,
Would you
I'm
like
done.
to, is anyone else looking for any carny games to go with?
They're just like sitting there walking towards the boba shop, whispering like, no, stupid. Bagman's per still not that man.
Damn. I'll follow him.
Damn.
I'll like
Okay.
pat him on the shoulder. It's okay. It's okay. It's probably a trick. It's okay. There's something going on. You know, the arrows were weighted, so it's okay.
As Zinnia says that, I know it's a trick. I hit that so hard.
I know, you had it. You had it, big man. It's okay. It's okay. It's walk away.
And he's still like
As you're
having that
walking
inner
by.
monologue. Just like, no, that'd be stupid. No, I can't.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's okay.
As you're walking by, on your right-hand side, you see that an artificial lake has been created with people wading in, trying to catch fish or snatch fish out of the water itself as another carny game. There's another where people seem to be playing something with these rented wands, where they're casting soft tomatoes at each other to kind of splat on another. When a soft tomato lands on someone's face and they go, I'm out, and they walk over to the side.
It's like fucking dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
Paintball.
So it's the fishing game with the nets that are gonna probably pop, and then paintball. Okay, understood. I mean, like, you know,
Would you
I don't
guys
want
like to. If you don't want to do anything else,
Wait,
you
I
can
wanna
keep
be like-
moving on. I'm just
I
saying,
wanna
you
be
guys,
like-
you see those.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, Truth, look. Maybe you can get this one. Maybe you can get this one.
Which one are you pointing at?
The fish one. Not the tomatoes.
You think I can fish better than I can shoot a bow and arrow?
I mean, there's the hope, right?
I mean, let's find out, and I'll walk over to the fish one.
As you walk over to the fish one, the carny goes, "Hello, welcome. We're just finishing up this game, but would you like to get in line for our next round of fish snatching? Every fish you get is an extra point. If you're able to get 5 points, then you can get yourself a prize from the wall."
Oh, I got a plushie.
How much is it to play?
Well, it's 10 IP to play, sir.
Look at Dare.
I'll pay for this one because I said to go play. Okay, here, I'll just like, here you go. And I'll pay for
perfect.
it. Go ahead.
Thank you. All
Go
right.
ahead, Truth.
Come
All
on
you.
in line.
Give me a plushie.
I'm gonna like walk over
Give me
to
a
it and
plushie.
Give me a plushie.
Like the kid who's like mom is making him do something like on stage, you know, just like
Going, okay. As you get in line, you see the others coming out of the water, some holding some fish in their hands, others fully empty, but all dripping wet. They don't have a net. They don't have anything else.
Oh.
They use their bare hands.
Oh,
fuck.
you can do this. You're
The doors
fast,
then
right?
or the gate then opens, and you see a couple others lined up with you, going, "All right, let's see what we can do." Some are like cracking their necks, cracking their hands, or like twisting around and limbering up before they get to the starting line. You walk
don't
up.
look around and just be like, kind of this weird face of like, holy shit, everybody's taking this so serious. I was not expecting this. Like, they're just like,
There's people that are like genuinely bummed that they didn't get a fish. That are like, I'm like, fuck, man, fuck. And others who did get a fish being like, yes! Like people are getting into it for some reason.
I feel like,
And you
get
see
the
the other ones that
fish.
have prepped at the finish line are like, I am going to get the fish. I am going to get the fish. You come up to the finish line or the starting line, and you see that there's someone with a small little wand, a starting wand, as they prepare to have the little starting flag go. Do you prep yourself in any way for this?
fuck. I mean, now that they're taking it so serious, so I want to get 5 fish is the goal.
Yes.
Have I seen anybody else use magic?
You have not seen anyone use magic.
Okay, so I have to be sly about this. I think I'm good for the most part. I am going to I think for most of this I'm going to be using like my bonus action for cunning action. So then I'm going to be dashing as a bonus action just to make sure I'm ahead of everybody, and then I have like
You want to be faster.
I want to cover the most ground to catch the most fish cuz I want to get to 5, right?
Yeah.
Is there such a thing as like a help action for this, where you could like help him or something?
Only if you're casting a spell.
Ah, damn. Never mind. Sorry, Shouty. I don't got nothing for that.
Do I know what check this is going to be?
No, you don't. In fact, this one, because it's more IP, there's actually multiple checks that are going to be happening here.
Okay, sick.
Oh, man.
I actually like that a lot more.
Wait, does Mage Hand? Can you see Mage Hand?
Yes.
Fuck. What about Shape Water?
No, you just see whatever shape you make the water.
Can I? What if I just stalled the water in front of him for each fish?
You could try. People will see you casting it.
Oh, then never mind. If it's gonna be seen, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Oh, and do
They would see you on
that.
the side going, and you're like waving your hands, and they're like,
Damn.
I have half a mind to drink the potion of animal friendship and just have all the fish come to me.
I mean.
if you want to.
Do I have one?
If it comes to that, then I might. But
I also have one if you need one.
All right. The starting wand, the man holding the starting wand goes, all right, everybody on your ready, on your mark, get set, go! And a little poof comes out of the starting wand, a little puff of colored smoke. The others start rushing into the water, trying to wade forward. What do you do?
I'm gonna instantly bonus action dash so that I'm just faster than everybody.
Right.
And I'm gonna just
Are
go.
you wading
like,
into the water, or are you diving in?
I'm gonna dive in. I'm a pretty good swimmer. I've spent a lot of
Okay.
many sessions underwater actually. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm gonna dive in and then basically like try and go for the first fish I see. Oh wait,
As you dive in,
Wait, don't you have the
others-
ring?
yeah, I do have the ring. I just saw that, but I'll wait.
As you dive in, you notice that the others are kind of like stuck at the shore wading in. They're trying to like push themselves forward to get there, but you kind of like diving in gives you that extra bit of speed to push past them along with your cunning action. You've now completely ignored the first bit of the check, so congratulations.
Yay!
The second one, though, however, you see that there is a multitude of fish in here. Red fish, blue fish, green fish alike. They all seem to be these like magically altered carps in the water before you. They all see you dive in and they instantly scatter away. When they scatter, I need you to make a perception check.
Gotcha. How deep is this lake?
It's about like 10 feet deep.
Okay. Oh my! I haven't rolled above a 5 this entire session.
You know,
Wax, please.
you know, like when you dive into like an actual lake and it like stirs up the sand beneath, like the dust and everything.
Yeah.
That kind of like happens and swirls around you and kind of clouds your vision a little bit, so you're not able to like really see everything going on around you. You're just able to kind of like through your bleary eyes, keeping them open, notice that there's like a bunch of like vision or motion happening off in the distance as they swim around. You don't know where the nearest fish could be.
Gotcha. Do I see any fish as like I keep swimming forward?
You would need to keep swimming for a little bit. Do you give yourself just like, I'm just gonna swim in a random direction?
It's more like I'm gonna like kick forward, still staying under the water, holding my breath, so that I can get out of this puff of dirt I just made.
Okay. You swim to try and get out of that puff of dirt. And as you do, it takes another couple of seconds, but you finally get yourself over towards where you see like a small gathering of fish. This is a like a group of them. There's red, there's the blue, and there's the green in here. And they all seem to kind of like be in a school, not noticing you.
Ooh, do I feel like a lot of people can see me, even though I'm
Yeah,
under the
everyone
water?
can see you.
Okay, I want to use the ring so bad. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of like swipe at those fish, like with both hands, try and like go on either side of them so that I can close it and catch as many as I can.
You swim forward and you attempt to slash your hands together to capture them. I'm gonna need you to roll a dexterity check.
Gotcha. 13.
All right, 13. A 13. They all swim out of your hands, and you can swear that you hear something in the water go
Like coming from inside the water, or is it like the noise from outside the water?
Inside the water.
I'm gonna swim towards that.
That was right in front of you.
Oh, that was right in front of me?
And now there's just a bunch of empty water and no fish.
Okay, I'm gonna swim around and try and... Did it feel like a fish was making that noise? Okay,
All you
I'm
did
gonna...
was hear a bunch of...
I'm gonna swim for the next fish.
As you swim towards the next fish, you see another school. This time, all blue fish over in here. Would you like to try and swipe at them again, or are you doing something else?
I'm gonna try and... I'm pretty shit at this right now. I'm gonna like try and underwater just be like, can I please catch you?
They look around and you hear them go,
Oh, wait, you're the first one to talk to us. You want to catch us?
Oh my god.
That would be amazing. I'm really just trying to do good right now. I only need 5.
What's in it for us?
What do you want?
We want food. Bring us food.
Okay, I'll get you food after this.
No.
I don't have...
Do you have rations?
Eat.
Do you have rations?
Yeah,
Give us an apple.
I'm gonna...
An apple? Fish eating apples?
I'm gonna pull out my rations just from my pocket and crumble it up in the water.
you crumble up some rations, and they 5 fish swim toward you, and literally like feeding goldfish, they just go up, and they go,
Oh, that was great. Okay, you can take us.
and 5 fish like just stand before you to grab.
What the
I'm
fuck?
gonna swim back with the 5 fish in my hand, and until I'm into a shallow end, and then stand up, and then just like hold a fistful of fish.
As you're swimming backwards, or as you're swimming back towards the shore, one of the fish goes,
Actually, I'm more hungry. Give me more food. Give me more food, or else I leave.
Okay, I'm gonna grab my other ration and crumble it up as we're swimming, so they just like fall into his mouth.
Originally it was wiggling and about to all try and break free, but you have calmed it down with more food of your rations. And it goes, just completely like in its own mind, just eating. You finally get to the shore and you hold up 5 fish before you. No, like where normal fish would be wriggling about and stuff, they're just staying completely limp and still, as if they're like, okay, we're here.
That's
And you go over to the
crazy.
guy. The carny looks at you and goes, you actually got 5 fish?
Yeah, that was the goal, right?
Yes, 5 fish was the goal, and 5 fish you got, sir. Talk to those damn fish later about our contract. Come over here, sir. If you plop them down in the bucket, we'll return them back to the water afterwards. But you, sir, have won yourself 2 plushies. What 2 plushies would you
Ooh.
like?
Oh my god, we get 2? Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. We should get a Rallo one for Duoth. Just FYI,
That's
that
what-
was my plan.
That's why I did the strength one together.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Rallo one for Duan.
Let's get a Rallo
funny.
one for Duoth. Is there any you want? Truth.
No, I'm gonna use prestidigitation and dry myself.
Okay, can we get a Rallo one, and then could we get which other one? They're here. And then what maybe what's the one? You said there was another cat one? Which one's the other cat one? Thanks for the follow.
Yes.
Hello.
There's one with a like it looks like it looks more like best way to say it, like a furry cat, where it has like a face to it, not more of like a bestial cat.
Oh.
It has this large set of whiskers and this like furry bit of hair and a mask sitting on top of it that has this like gold beam going around it and a red eye in the center.
Oh. I don't know about this red eye situation. Okay, can we get Delir's plushie?
Delir, of course. So you want a Delir and a Rallo coming on up.
Yes.
and he hands you a
Perfect.
Delir and Rallo plushie.
Yay! And then I'm gonna attach them to my belt.
Cool.
In
You now
a
have
row.
5.
They're all like on the right side though, so it's like one after the other as we got them. And then
Perfect.
I'll keep
Okay.
the Rallo one specifically for Duoth later.
You like shimmy it a little off to the side of your belt to be like just separated enough that's like this one's for someone else.
Yeah.
But they're all hanging from your belt.
Yeah.
In truth, you have dried yourself, and you notice that the others all coming out of the pond have no fish in their hands. They're all like really taking it hard as they're going like, "Fuck, man, I'm gonna get it next time. I just need to like, if I give him another 10 IP, I swear that I can get it back. I swear I can get it back."
I'm just gonna laugh and be like amateurs, and then
Oh my god.
You link up with the others. Are you guys looking for any other Carney games, or are you moving on to something else?
No, I think I'm good. I'm gonna go to I'm gonna head towards the boba shop.
Okay. You start heading on over towards the boba shop. Oop.
Oh, I saw that.
And
I saw it.
I mean, I'm about
saw
to
it.
put him on. I'm about to put him here. Jesus.
Wait, do we all change over to our new clothes?
That's what I was about to have you do.
Okay,
When
cool.
You come over to the
Okay.
boba shop. Dury is here, and he is with Russell. Dury sees you approach and goes, "Hey, welcome to the Festival of the Veils. How's your morning been going?" Russell, meanwhile, is
Hey.
like sitting next to him, just like he's already wearing the outfit that he was told
Fried
to wear.
chicken.
He looks like Woody.
Oh my god! I feel like, oh, you look so good. Hi, we've done good. And then I'm gonna as I say, I'm gonna motion to my plushie, be like, I think we did pretty good. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, perfect. Oh my gosh, someone's been having some fun on their way here. Are you ready for a
Oh.
performance though?
All fucking cheats, I say. All fucking cheats.
Like, yep, all ready.
They're making their coin the best they can. At least the biggest thing is they're just trying to entertain. Who needs it to be fair to entertain?
Exactly.
Speaking of which, the fight upcoming.
Yes.
We should talk about it.
Yeah.
I know it's supposed to be live, and we're like it's still live. Don't get me wrong, but Jeff's been trying really hard to show off this new idea of his. I don't want him to really lose out on it, if you get my drift.
So the cowboys should be a little lighter in their approach, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want like Jeff to have the final blow, or is it like a team effort kind of situation?
The final blow is all he really needs. Yeah, give him a light to shine in and get the final blow. He'll be fine.
Okay. Is that okay? I'm gonna turn to Russell and Truth. Is that okay with you two?
Russell says, "Hey, whatever the performance needs."
fine by me.
Yay!
Okay.
Perfect.
They go or Dury has basically like rented out this boba shop for purposes of this to be quick to go, hey, if you want to change, go change in here, and then let's head on over to the stage of live performance.
While he's saying that, I'm also gonna look for the shop owner, and then also, by the way, will you have this shop on lockdown for the entire show?
No, it's still going to be selling things for the show.
Okay. Do you know any other place that like won't be disturbed at all?
At all, I mean,
Just like, a
The
place to put our
like-
bags and things, so and just hopefully no
Oh,
one takes
yeah.
them. You know what I mean?
over at the stage of live performance, there's a backstage. You can just put it there where like the employees would be otherwise, and just you have your own locker room. You can just put it in your locker room.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Thank you.
Perfect. Cool. You guys go ahead and you get changed. And you start, or do you want to talk to the boba shop manager first?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. you talk over to the boba shop manager. They see you and they go, "Oh my God, Zinnia! Hello, hi."
Hi, I'm back. As per our deal, how's the sales been going? How's it
The
going?
sales are going pretty well. Everyone's liked it in the last day. It became an immediate hit. We even had like some people coming in asking about it, going like, "What are these like things to put in here and drink it up?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, let's try it out." It's been working out pretty well.
Perfect. So, is our deal still on?
The deal, I think we can say, is on.
Yay! Fantastic. So, what are we looking at right now?
So right now, terms of the deal, remind me again if I'm wrong, but you'd be getting a commission of 10% of the sales?
Yes, and then an upfront, I think, bit too. I think was the deal.
An upfront. Well, you already got the upfront, didn't you?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, the upfront was meant to
there's
be
a-
like
for
right
the-
now.
The upfront bit, I can give you 4,000 IP for the idea.
All right, I'm okay with that.
Okay, perfect. And they're gonna put their hand out and they're gonna go, and then 10% of sales to be paid out at net 30.
Yes, and then I'm gonna shake their hand.
Cool. As you shake their hand, the idea of Aether sparks out of your eye, swirls around your head like a halo, and zooms down through your arm as it reaches into the owner of the boba shop. You have lost the idea for your matcha boba, but you have gained 4,000 IP.
Yay! Thank you.
Yay! And if you come on the 1st of every month for your net 30, you will have a small little stipend to collect.
Sweet. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah, anytime. And they go back to their business. Is there anything else you guys would like to do here?
So you're gonna need to come back here every first of the month.
Well,
right?
is it actually? Yeah, is it possible to have it like transported or
Unfortunately, no. You'll need to come and pick it up.
Can it like roll over? Does it have to be like every month that I come, or can it just be every time I stop by?
It
Just
can roll over. It's
Okay.
just you won't get the money otherwise.
yeah, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll just always have money here, easy peasy.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. As you come on, as you leave the boba shop and head on over, you come to the stage of performance. We're gonna fast forward a little bit here, unless someone wants to do something specific.
I think
It is
this was a
7.
cutoff time, right?
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
7. Just a heads up.
Yeah, I know that. I'm trying to
Okay.
Yeah.
closing this out.
Yeah, go for it.
For sure. Just go for it.
Okay. That's why I'm fast forwarding us a little bit. We come over here
Okay.
as you prep yourselves in for the entertainment. Truth, you are currently dressed in a red cowboy hat with wait, let me pull up a picture. You're currently dressed in a red cowboy hat with a white shirt and yellow shawl, for lack of a better word, and cow patterned pants. Meanwhile, Russell sits next to you with his outfit on of his brown his brown hat, yellow patterned shirt, and the cow patterned vest on top of it. You both are kind of like sitting in your locker room, just staring at each other, going, "Huh? Okay." Meanwhile, Dare, you're with Jeff at this point, and Jeff is in this big, plushy dinosaur suit. As he looks at you, and is going, "All right, are you ready for this?"
As ready as I'll ever be.
Perfect. We'll be giving them the show of a lifetime. I'm
Oh,
so
so
excited.
it's just
for
his head. It's just his
this.
head.
It's because I flipped them here.
Oh.
It bugged out. It does that.
Don't forget to put the bag somewhere so Taito can
Yeah.
watch it.
Taito is currently not in the room with you as Jeff is in the suit. He's going, "All right, are you ready to get dressed?"
Where is
Yes,
he?
I am.
Perfect.
And I'll hand off the bag to Zinnia.
Okay.
Zinnia's not in your locker room.
Just,
Yeah.
oh. Okay,
We're in
okay,
the-
okay.
I'm not in any locker room.
I thought Sorry.
If
I'll
anything,
just,
you should
like,
probably put it in the locker room with Truth and Russell.
Yeah, before we had split off to, because we have separate dressing rooms, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so before I had came into the dressing room with Jeff, I gave the bag to Truth then,
Okay.
just so he could hold it while
Truth
I
has the
trained.
bag in his locker room?
Yes.
For right now, yes.
Okay, Truth, you're not fully dressed yet. You have
Oh,
a
wait.
bag in front of you.
Okay.
As I'm getting dressed, I'll set it down and I'll put all of my old clothes on top of it and my hat on top of it so nobody touches it.
As you put your bags and clothes on top of it, I need to roll a d20. A small crevice has appeared. A hand reaches out. One Mississippi.
Push that shit
Close it,
back
close it,
in
close it.
and close
Two
it.
Mississippi. You push it back in. I need a strength check from you, or a dexterity check from you.
Yeah, it's a
Hand
dexterity.
stays.
Wait, it's okay, doesn't matter.
What is it?
He rolled a strength check.
Oh, you rolled a strength check? Wait, does your dex
Yeah.
have a plus modifier onto it?
Yeah, so it'd be a 15.
It'd be a 15. Okay, 15 is not the 16 that we were saying for the dex check. So, unfortunately,
Wait.
it continues.
I thought
Is Russell?
I thought the check was 15. Oh wait, no. Okay.
That's-
It was 16 to
That's
close.
his strength.
Yeah. Can you yell for Russell to come help or something?
Yeah, you can. I thought you were saying if we set it down, it's like we set it down in a way that we know that it won't get open. But I'll call over Russell.
You threw stuff on top of it.
Oh, yeah, like I mean the bag is set down, and then I just set stuff on top of it so that
That
nobody.
disturbs it.
Oh
I
man.
understand. So then I call over Russell, but he helps.
Russell, in a kind of awkward panic, is going, What is happening here?
Push the hand back in the bag.
Okay.
Hurry!
Two. With
Plus
adept
5.
ease, he shoves the hand back in and goes, "What the fuck was that?"
Don't worry about it. I'll just keep the stuff on it and be like, all right, let's go lose, and then I'll just stand ready.
And be like, we'll talk about this later.
As you
thought we
come
were-
out of the dressing room, you see Taito sitting there, ready to watch over any bag required. Do you tell him anything?
Yeah, just tell him, don't mess with my shit, but make sure nothing comes out.
What?
Understood.
Tell him to go
we'll be in
in.
the locker room waiting.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say.
As you, yeah, that's what I was trying to get you guys to say. Is like go inside. Go look at
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But as you come into there, this is going to be the final bit where we wrap up here. I know we're over time. Thank you for going with it. I thought we were going to have this.
Yeah, I do
3 hours
apologize. I
ago.
do have to leave though. But
Okay.
Truth will just
Um,
like I'll do whatever I need to do. And like we're not. Are we doing the whole fight right now?
No,
No.
we're not.
No,
Okay.
no, no.
This was planned to
Yeah.
do 3 hours ago. We did other stuff instead. It's how it is.
Gotcha.
The big thing. The big thing that I'll say is, with all of your costumes at the ready, you come on in to the arena itself. As you enter in, there's a crowd of cheering people over on each side. You see yourselves entering in to this large tournament area. Sky is all that separates you from the others on this platform. Or the platform is all that separates you from the endless abyss of the sky below you. A giant hole carved out in a stage. You two getting ready to clash against each other. And Zinnia over on the side, as Dury comes over and goes, "Hey, last minute change of things. I know that you're meant to be behind the scenes, but we need someone to help the people understand what's going on here." Shoves a mic in front of you and goes, "Your
Okay.
color commentary for this."
Okay. All right.
Okay, good luck. And then with a
Thanks.
pencil behind his ear and a little link pearl in his ear, yelling at others to get in position. We need to get ready for like the pyrotechnics and everything. Get ready. Okay, we're gonna get ready in the match. And announcer in 3, 2. With like a final mouthed one, points over at someone else, not you, for your color commentary. And you hear a voice come out.
Ladies and gentlemen, folks of all ages, we hope you're ready for the fight of a lifetime. With his first debut on a new stage, we have ourselves Jeff Copperbloom. Everyone cheers, yay! And we have ourselves 3 new champions. Stay tuned and find out, as we'll be back right after these messages.
Immediately, it turns static into some sponsorships as people are gathering their snacks for this fight that's about to ensue. When we next join up, you all will be playing. Just waiting. Posted in the chat. Worldwide Wrestling. As we make your characters, I already have some set up. You will decide if you're the heel or the baby face. You will decide what moves that you make against each other, and ultimately, if you decide to go against the script and have someone else win. That is all we'll be finding out on the next session of All Daggers Drawn. Thank you, everybody, for playing. I hope you had a wonderful time. Ooh. And when we next pick back up, we'll see the match itself underway. With that, thank you, everybody.
Ooh, thank you. That was great.
Yeah.
That was good.
I'm glad everyone had a fun time for that. There's some fun bits coming up, and we got to end on right on the precipice of action.
Yeah.
Feel free to look over that zip file. It's fully fledged TTRPG in there. I would say that you kind of want to look at page 224 or 244. That goes over more of like the actual description, or on page 45 that describes the flow. But it is a full wrestling themed TTRPG where
brother.
Rage, you are an actual character in this fight as the color commentary. The way you hype the audience will shape the fight. The way that the others interact with each other will shape the fight. Because as we all know, when it comes to wrestling, it's not about who wins or loses, but the stories you tell. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We'll end the session and the stream there, and we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Yay, thank you. Bye-bye.